Welcome to the Recipe Live. I'm a little bit early, but I said, you know what, man, let's start this thing already. I got things I wanted to discuss. I guess today, like I've been already for the last few years, I'm gonna be the actual one with understanding in the room. The actual adult in the room, it feels like at this point. Man, yesterday, Sony kicked things off. Right? I mean, you could say I would say Epic kicked things off because they had the Witcher, you know, thing. I don't want to say game because I'm like that stuff could be or could not be whatever. But they had something Witcher related for the new game. Obviously, some of that it'll be there, right, in some shape or form, if not all of it. I'm a believer that that'll all be real. But that kicked things off, right? And then Sony was like, "Yo, we here," and I'm like, "Cool." I'm hoping for the Nintendo announcement for a direct maybe next week. That'll be awesome. To just put a bow on the whole thing. If not, then Xbox Showcase on Sunday is good enough. Of a bow because every year that is the show of shows. But Sony had their show yesterday. Their state of play. This isn't what do they call the other ones? The PlayStation. What are they? Showcases, right? PlayStation showcases. Those are the ones that are usually bigger than the state of plays, right? I would say the PlayStation showcases are the back in the day when Nintendo did like the E3 stuff. They would do their Nintendo Digital event. So it wasn't Nintendo Direct. It was Nintendo Digital event. So then you got your state of plays, which are Nintendo Directs, and then your PlayStation showcases, which are Nintendo Digital events, right? These two things are different. At a digital event from Nintendo, you could expect to see a brand new Zelda game, Smash Brothers, or something like that, right? And at the PlayStation showcase, you can expect to see the next footage from Intergalactic. You would see Wolverine there. You would see whatever big game Sony is making. You would see that game there. This is not hard to understand. So, state of play is a state of play, and a PlayStation showcase is a PlayStation showcase. There's levels to this. Again, being the one with actual understanding in the room of what we just watched. What you just watched was basically a partner show, right? And people go, "Oh my God, the bread and butter of PlayStation is first party." I'm like, for you, Mr. Internet Man. But again, being an actual adult in the room, check this out. PlayStation primarily sells for Madden, WWE, Call of Duty, Minecraft, Fortnite. Those are the games. And then PlayStation first parties, whenever their numbers are good, and this is not knocking them because they make good games, obviously, and they do sell. But let's not act like every single one of those games aren't packed in for months when they first come out. We're actually PlayStation. So the sales aren't real. It's people buying the console and like, yeah, I don't care about this game. They'll probably trade that game for a game they actually want. Call of Duty. I mean, you see the actual sales every month. Like, why do we pretend? Like, if PlayStation hasn't always been a third party box. Oh, it's never been a first party box. That's something that just popped up and sprung up. PlayStation 3-ish, PlayStation 4 really kicked off that, oh yeah, their first party is good at Nintendo. That's never been the case. That's always been a lie. And this is not like some fanboy hating shit. It's just the truth. They've always sold for Grand Theft, for sports games, for come on, you had a PlayStation, you know what they sold for. You know what I'm saying? And you know what you was playing at the time, mainly, primarily. And that's what it was. Like, the fact that I'm on here defending this, it just goes to show you how far I've come. I'll just say that. Check this out. PlayStation had a show that included the new James Bond game, that included the closest thing you get to a brand new Marvel vs. Capcom. But screw that. It's just a brand new Marvel fighter 4v4 that looks fire. Right? And then look, the list of games that they had from nostalgia, like the Final Fantasy Tactics games, the Mortal Kombat collection, to brand new experiences like the game. What the hell was it called? Romeo. I keep going to say Romeo Must Die. That's a movie. The Suda 51 game, the Grasshopper Manufacture brand new game. They had that in there. They had a lot in there. That and if these things weren't any other show alongside Uncharted or 3D Mario or Halo Gears of War, the showcase would be, oh my god, it's the best showcase ever. This showcase was fire, 10 out of 10. And that's the and here's the thing. The showcase was fire. It was entertaining. I did a live reaction. If you don't believe me, you can hear me react live to it. I ain't sitting there pretending. So I just want to be clear. Like, they did their thing in that state of play. You know, they showed games for people who own PlayStations to get excited about. Now, the fact that those games can be played by other people on other consoles is being used as a negative is dumb because, again, what year is it? And I get it. Y'all ain't never gonna change. But the industry done changed. And it's been this way since 2017. And I've been singing this song forever. And I get it. Back then, it was like harder to see the vision because it wasn't all laid out. But we done passed the layout, the rollout. We done cut the ribbon. We've been here. And people still want to be in their Waldorf Gardens. I get it. People still want to act like, yo, there's a console one, da da da, and winning and losing. And one of them is going to go the way of Sega. Like, bro, listen, the only one who left the console space is Nintendo. Right? They said, look, we failed 13 million, so now we're gonna stick to our handheld and we're gonna have a Game Boy player for that, basically. So you could play it on your TV. That's what it is. That's the reality. But nobody sings that song and makes that tune, even though you saw the ass whooping and then you saw the pivot. And there's nothing wrong with it. I'm not saying that like it's a negative, it's just the truth. And it's like it feels like nobody can say the truth because everybody is busy being the fanboy. I remember being one of y'all. I swear I do. And y'all remember me being one of y'all. I swear y'all do. But again, we're 10 years into a whole new video game world and y'all still acting like y'all in 1995 and 2006, like if PlayStation 3 was coming out on some real funny stuff. Like, listen, the only ones making exclusives in 2025 is Nintendo, period. And that's been the case since the 2020 started. Sony's been completely multi-plat with PC. Because, I mean, what is it that I can't play from PlayStation right now on my PC? You know what I'm saying? Like, when that PlayStation developed Marvel Fighter comes out, I can play that day one on my PC. And I will be like, you understand, like that, like that's the norm now. It's like this shit, like, oh yeah, but they should have had some exclusives. None of it was never gonna be. Intergalactic is an exclusive. The next God of War is an exclusive. That was the only thing that disappointed me. All these lies about the 2D God of War that I've been wanting for 20 years wasn't real. At least not yet. But hopefully that is real because, I mean, that's money right there. I just believe in that. But the point is, all these shows now that you watch, like I'm not watching some of Games Fest, like, oh yeah, you know what? Let me see the first party exclusive games that I can only play on mobile. Like, you understand how stupid that shit sounds now? Like, Xbox is literally, look. You can go on my channel, you could literally find videos of me saying every PlayStation 5 sold is an Xbox. I've been saying that for fucking like 5 years already. No, it's not. And it's like, am I wrong or am I right? Forza #1, Forza outselling anything that Sony made this generation on PlayStation 5 right now is doing crazy. Same thing with Indiana Jones. Same thing with Call of Duty. Like, this is what it is. And you can say, oh, yeah, but they bought their way into whatever you're saying don't matter. I'm just talking about the truth. The facts. It don't matter how we got to this point, but the writing was on the wall, and smart people saw it. Because I've been saying it for years. This is where we going, and be like, no. And this is why I completely pivoted. I said, nah, listen, this is what it is. Why would I buy games on the Waldorf Garden when these guys is making my games better and for nothing? Like, and that was PC. And now there's somebody doing it in the console space, and people are like, I don't care. And it's all right, you do you. But this is just a reality, you know. People get mad. Like I was saying, yo, it's all about active users. First person I heard say that was Satoru Iwata. So that's where I started saying that. It wasn't from an Xbox. They people, oh, you just saying that because of Xbox. No, I've been saying this since Satoru Iwata said it. We got to take people off iPhones and off social media. Everything is a competitor. It's all about active users. When he said that, I was like, oh shit, that's crazy. It ain't about how much consoles you move, whatever, because somebody bought your shit, but they ain't using your shit. Does it matter? Right? That made perfect sense to me. And I was like, oh shit, that's crazy. Now, one of the console manufacturers got 500 of them, and none of the other ones got even 200. This is fire, the fact that you could do this in Fortnite, by the way. And none of them got even 200. Oh, I don't even got my water, my whole... No, oh. All right, so 200. You feel me? And again, like, it's just the reality of the way things is moving. Being multiplat is gonna make you more money. It's gonna make you more money, period, right? Because everybody gets to play your game. And I've been saying this even before all this started. Like, when I saw Nintendo do it on Wii U with the chess game. Remember, there was a, you probably don't remember this, but on Wii U there was a chess game, and you could play that game with people on PC. It was like one of the first cross-platform console games, and Nintendo was at the forefront of that. Remember that, with Fortnite and everything. And then Xbox got on that. PlayStation didn't want to do that. They was like, yo, we don't need to do that. We got this many PlayStation owners. Why do they need to play with other players? And even PlayStation guys was like, what the fuck? Like, my friend, though, is on Xbox, and I would like to play. If they could play together, then Nintendo Xbox, I want to play, too. I want to go to the party. Something that's like, y'all don't need to go to that party. Stay at ours. Eventually, they was like, oh, no, everybody going to leave if we don't let them go. So then, shit changed. But that's all it is. Shit changes. And now when I look at multiplayer games, I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Like, Helldivers 2. You know it hurt that game not being on Xbox. That's not an opinion. That is a fact. And it's like, that game would do better if it was on Xbox. Now the next game isn't going to be published at all by Sony, and they're going to put that game where? On PlayStation, PC, and Xbox, because they know that hurt it. Right? And I played it on PC and everything, but it was a broken mess on launch, so then I said, you know what? Give me my money back. And Steam was like, here you go. But it was a good game. It is a good game, and it has a big following, but it would be bigger if it was everywhere. And I know y'all might be thinking like, oh yeah, but that's the same for Nintendo. Yeah, I'm not excluding them. If Mario Kart right now launched on PC and PlayStation and Xbox today, whatever the number is, add 10 million to that, because that's just what it would be. And it's like, yeah, that 10 million just gets left there, and that 10 million would be 10 million right now, and in a year or two, that 10 million be 20 just off those consoles. Not even talking about what Nintendo gonna do, and they did 70 by themselves the last time on their hardware. You know what I mean? Like, but the point is that they would do more through PlayStation, Xbox, and PC easily, because people will never stop buying it there, just like Grand Theft Auto 5. And that's why Grand Theft Auto 5 is at like 200 million. It's because it's in more places than Mario Kart. But if Mario Kart was in the same amount of places, they would be seeing the same amount of money, because it's just that kind of zeitgeist game too. You know what I mean? So these are things that is like, it should be common sense, but it's like gamers don't want it to be common sense because of console wars. So Sony has a show with all these multiplats, and it's like, oh my god, what the fuck was that? A multiplat show? What the fuck was that? Like, no, but multiplats, yeah, motherfucker, just like it's gonna be on Sunday. It's just gonna be the same thing. What they gonna show that ain't coming to PlayStation 5? Everything Xbox show is gonna be coming to PC, so nothing is exclusive. But then a bunch of it is gonna be coming to PlayStation 5. Again, am I gonna sit there and be like, this show is trash because Gears of War E-Day is coming to PlayStation? More people get to play Gears of War with me when I'm online. This shit is garbage. Like, I know, I get it. That's console war rhetoric, and I know for a lot of people that's the norm. Like, what I'm saying sounds crazy. Like, bro, you just saying this because things change. Yeah, things change for the better. Y'all want things to stay the same because y'all want to be fucking, all on these console manufacturers' ball sack, just swinging off them. That's the reason why you wanted it to stay the same. But in the reality, it's just cool as fuck. When I could just tell somebody, yo, I got this game. You want to play that shit? Like, yeah, cool. Oh, no, I don't got no console. You can play it on your phone. You can play it on your TV. You got a Samsung, LG, you could play it through Game Pass right on your TV. Or you want to play Indiana Jones? I wanted to play Indiana Jones, but I don't got a Xbox. This is back in December. It's going to come to PlayStation eventually, but if you want to play it that bad, you can just play it through your TV, through your phone, through your computer, through the cloud. And it's like, there's 1,000 million ways. That's not a negative, bro. That's an absolute positive. And this is why they're at 500 million, because they hitting markets and people who aren't on this internet console war nonsense 24/7. It's just genuine humans who want to play video games, and however they can access them, they're going to access them. You know what I'm saying? And there's some people in different price ranges, brackets, and everything like that. And this is the reason why we're here. And this is not a bad place to be. This is the best timeline in the sense of, like, people say, oh, yo, this is the worst timeline because, Sony, they used to do this. And they like, yo, listen. I want to be clear, bro. Like, I get there's narratives and I get there's love and nostalgia for things. Like, look, speaking on facts, right? Like Ape Escape. Nobody buying that shit right now. So they used to, stuff like Ape Escape and all that. Y'all didn't buy that shit. That's why it didn't sell. People was playing third party games. Let's not act like Astrobot went and sold 10 million units. It could have got Game of the Year, could have got compared to Mario all it won. It did not perform like one though. Maybe if they put it out at Switch's launch when there's literally nothing there but Mario Kart, right? I mean, for the Nintendo player, like in that realm, and it's like, yo, this is like a 3D Mario platform. That's an easy get for so many people. But because of dumb shit, well, and because of their slow nature to things, it's like, look, you put Horizon. You think Horizon Lego was a better thing to put on Switch than Astrobot? Now, I'm not saying Astrobot 1 could run on Switch 1, but the 2 was right there. You could have easily supported that and got crazy bread for that. And that developer it would have been in a way better space. I'm just saying. That's just the reality of it. Like, the reality, there's always nostalgia for these things on the internet. Like, oh yeah, Banjo-Kazooie. Yo, stop fucking lying, bro. I was there. Banjo-Kazooie never sold 3 million units. Like 90% of y'all did, and I know time has passed and Virtual Console and things like that, and people found it like that. Yeah, but I don't believe that. Banjo-Kazooie, when it was in its prime, when it did come out, nobody cared. The first one sold because people thought it was Mario 64. They played it. They was like, this shit is whack. This is the reality. You could like it. It's okay. If it's your favorite. You think it was better than Mario 64. It is okay. But I'm just telling you what really happened. It was not Mario 64. So it did not perform like Mario 64. And then they came out with the sequels, and each one sold less than the other until they weren't even million sellers. And then the series got sold to Microsoft. Nuts and Bolts actually was like one of the best selling ones. And then they just killed it because the best selling Banjo was still a mediocre sale. It's still a mediocre selling game. So when people are like, yo, why they don't bring back, because nobody cared. Nobody cared about Banjo or fucking Kazooie. Except y'all 4 people on the internet who just talk about it all day because y'all stuck in a nostalgia loop. That shit might be like detrimental to y'all soul, but that is the truth. Go look at the sales numbers and then understand that's the reality. Like, I'm just gonna tell you the truth. Like, people gonna fucking sit here and lie and act like, yo, they used to be this first party juggernaut. They got Ghost of Yotei coming out. They got Wolverine coming out. Don't act like some bullshit didn't happen to fucking Wolverine where they had to now probably restart a lot of it. Because while y'all was thinking it was cute, while y'all was laughing, talking about how that game leaked, what the fuck was I saying? This is fucked up. This is going to hurt that game's release schedule. That's exactly what I said. There was no ha-ha and nah. That's why I always laugh at people like, yo, you be hating on places. No, I just be saying the truth. Like, it's wild to me that this is just what it is now. Like, people just will not accept that we live in a world where almost everything could be purchased anywhere. You know what I mean? And this is why it's like, oh yeah, having 2 consoles, is the best thing to go. And then people go and they get a PlayStation and a Switch. And I'm like, World of Garden, you're shit trap. You're like, no, it's not trap because it'll come forward and you paying. This ain't PC where it's free. This ain't Xbox where it's free. Like, this is just the reality. Like, and it even goes beyond that. It's not even that, because it's not even just smart delivery. It's not even, oh, you bought it here, play anywhere. Like, all that stuff is right in your face. Like, you bought it once, you got 50 copies. It's Spotify of gaming. Like I said, what I said in the last podcast, dudes be out here hanging on Game Pass with their whole spirit. And I'm like, but y'all watch your movies on Fandango at home, on Netflix, on Amazon Prime, on Apple. Like, but hold on. So doing the same thing with games is a negative because of what? And then you go, oh yeah, that's right. Console allegiance to the fanboyness of my fanboy heart. Like, that's what it is. Come on, man. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy because, I mean, I don't know what to tell people. Like, yo, look, this is what it's always going to be. If you hated this state of play, you're going to hate every show. I want you to hate the Xbox show too already, because, you hating the show because the games on the show will be able to be played by more people. Oh no, but they should have shown me a reason to own my PlayStation. That is the reason. Again, what don't you get? That is the reason. Number one reason somebody goes to the store to buy PlayStation 5 is for Call of Duty. What's bundled right now in PlayStation 5s when you buy it? Right now. Have y'all seen what's bundled? Because I seen what's bundled, at least here in North America. Black Ops. Yes, Microsoft's game is what's bundled with a PlayStation. So again, when I was saying this shit 7 years ago, every PlayStation, every PlayStation 5 sold is gonna be an Xbox. This is why. Because that's the reality. And it's not hating. It's just what it is. You know? It's just what it is. And again, I want to see people keep the same energy on Sunday then. And I'm the Xbox guy. Like, and I'm saying this like, yeah, nah, if the state of play was bad because everything is playable, then understand everything you see, whether it's Fable, whether it's Gran Turismo 6, whether it's timed exclusive or whatever the case may be, it's gonna be multiplayer. How long have I every time I brought up Hellblade, even while I was playing it, I was like, why isn't this single player, short, one off, visual masterpiece just available wherever it can run? Right? Where there's already an audience for it, aka PlayStation 5. It doesn't make no sense. If you're putting games on PlayStation 5, you're gonna put just might as well. And people kicking and screaming like, nah, they shouldn't do that. Like they shouldn't put Halo. Come on, that's that's a treasure. Like, no, it's not. No, it's not. Like y'all shitting on Halo. And not only that, the fuck does Halo want to be on only on Xbox and PC for? Again, it's a multi-plat. So where should it go? Everywhere. If they make a Halo game that can run on a Switch too, it should be there too. And when you go into a lobby, it should be just like this. Look, when you see me play right here on Fortnite, there's people in my lobby literally from multiple platforms. There's people in this lobby across cloud, PC, every console, mobile phones. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's what makes this game special. That's what makes this game massive, where there's global events like the event that's happening on Saturday. So come through for that because I will be live streaming that. And yeah, that's what makes it massive, where they can use these different IPs and have Disney invest $500 million and Sony invest in them and Microsoft invest in them. Like everybody got chunks of Fortnite at this point. And it's like, why? Because it's a massive thing. It's a massive experience because everybody gets to participate. So it's none of that, oh, I got to get that console to play. No, you don't even need to get a console. You can just go on the browser and play it for free. Literally through the cloud. Not even, so it's like, it don't matter what rig you got. The shit is still going to play pretty damn flawlessly. That's a W. That's going to the arcade and playing the video game. You know what y'all basically asking for is a arcade filled with discrimination, basically. It's like, nah, you ain't wearing the right colors or you ain't the right color. So you can't come into this arcade and play. That's crazy. Oh, no, you don't got the proper currency. Well, however you want to put it. You gatekeeping people from playing for a weird-ass reason. Now, the reason ain't that weird in the sense of consoles is because if we gatekeep, the rule was they'll have to come to us and they won't go to them. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think that ever remains like true. Like, I think people will flip and flop to whatever, in all honesty. And I think there's always going to be people who just like people with iPhone and stuff. It's like, yeah, I just buy PlayStation because that's what I had. I bought PlayStation. I expect everything to come there. And, well, Microsoft made that dream pretty much come true for them. You know, for them to feel like, yeah, see, that stuff is coming to me. I don't got to go over there. And it's like, yeah, you're right. You could stay right there. 80, 100, 100, and worse ownership. You could stay right there. Like, because people laugh like, oh, you always bringing up the price. It ain't about the price. It's about that you could play that game. You could play Expedition 33. You could beat the whole fucking game. And then you got it on the console where it's going to get FPS boosted. Then you got it on the console where it's going to get features next generation. And it's going to be free. And you're like, oh, you don't know that, bro. They coming out with Gears of War right now. And you're going to have to pay for it. I bought that game like fucking a decade ago on PC. And they're like, yeah, you bought that shit already. So you got it on PC, you got it on Xbox. That was because, well, the console is the best. And now there's a new version of it. And I'm like, oh, shit, yeah, I ain't buying that. Because I played Gears of War 1 so many times. Nah, you don't got to buy it. You bought it, remember? Upgrade. Like, oh, her? That's crazy. I forgot where I'm at. That's right. Y'all smart with it. You know? Again, people going to make the choices they're going to make. But I just wish people would live in the real world just a little bit. Like, stop pretending like Sony isn't a third party primary box. Like, that's what people buy that shit for. Like, understand, like, Sony didn't have a Forza Horizon. I kept trying to tell y'all this. Like, Forza Horizon was mentioned in that Ninja Turtles movie because Forza Horizon was being played by 40 million people. Like, a real game being played by 40 million people and people spending money in it. So it was making more money. Like, the dude, what is it? The dude who made, right? Like, one of the directors of Horizon, Forza Horizon, was saying how before that game ever touched PlayStation, it already made more money, and he listed like 5 Sony first party games than all of. And I'm like, obviously, this is just news to people who didn't want to see it because they don't want to live in reality. Like, there was like, yeah, like it blew out Gran Turismo. Like, that's not even a competitor to it. I'm like, obviously, it's weird that anybody would think that, but people on PlayStation, they swear by shit is the best, shit is the greatest. No, it's not. More people was probably playing the Crew 2 than Gran Turismo at this point on PlayStation, or the Crew Motorsport. My bad, the Crew Motorsport, the latest one. You know, and now Gran Turismo, Forza Horizon now is sitting there at 5 million. Because I mean, is at 2 million already. 5 million by the end of the year, full sales. It's like, yo, it's just hilarious that it's gonna end up being a 10 million seller, and it's like that was the game. Oh yeah, it's just Forza games. Shit came to your console and y'all ran like fronting. That's why it's so goofy to talk shit when the reality is if that game was on your box, you'd be playing it right now. But Forza's massive. It's a massive first party IP. It's a game that people actually went and bought Xboxes for. That's why when you look at it, it's like it's basically played 1-to-1. It was 40 million cents. I'm like, yeah, that's probably right around how many Xboxes out there. You know what I'm saying? And then obviously you got the PC plays and all that. And so they put it in. It's like, yo, the majority of people is playing that game on the console, alongside stuff like Call of Duty, which was a third party game. So their first party ratio of things being played on their consoles has always been stronger than PlayStation. Think about it. Minecraft, Gears of War multiplayer that keeps people consistently going. The audience that game got in Mexico is giant. They always talk about it, millions. Like, but even that now, all of that is done. It's all first party stuff now. It is what it is. I mean, all third party stuff now. And first party is really just a Nintendo thing. Exclusives is just a Nintendo thing. So going into a state of play and hating the state of play because it was exactly what PlayStation is weird to me. Like, it's super weird to me. I've seen so many different narrators that are just bullshit. It's like, bruh, I remember when Sony was a first party powerhouse. I'm like, what are you talking about? Naughty Dog got a game in development. God of War team got a game in development. They just canceled fucking 12 live service games. So they told you, and this what bothers me too. The president comes out. It's like, yo, y'all Sony fans, but y'all don't even listen. He literally said, listen, we gonna do more multi-plat. We gotta hit more consoles and more everything. And yeah, the shit we doing right now, well, yeah, we selling a lot of shit. It ain't working right now because we're spending too much money. Yeah, shit gonna change, bro. They telling you to your face. Shit gonna change. And it's like, oh my God. Why is things like this? Oh, games is mad expensive. The way we was making first party, Things was gonna change. Jim Ryan told you, right? Oh, if they get Call of Duty, which means a lot of money that they used to take from Call of Duty, they're not gonna be able to take no more. Even though they're still getting money from Call of Duty, just not as much as what Xbox is getting from it. They was like, yeah, this whole shit gonna collapse for us. Those was his words. Nobody told him to say that, but nobody wanted to believe him either, right? He's only lying, Jim Ryan, when he's saying some shit they don't want to hear. But he said that in straight up English, bro. He said, they get that. It's a wrap for us. Now it looks like it's a wrap for them. And again, people surprised. Like, what are you surprised by? They literally told you this. They literally fought it tooth and nails like no other. They lied. They did all kinds of little sneaky, even little corrupt shit and still lost. That's how bad it was. And now you're thinking like, oh yeah, nah, shit ain't gonna change. Shit ain't gonna change. Nah, shit gonna change, and shit done changed. They said, all right, we got to put our shit over there for 10 years. That's the play we had to play. Fuck it. If we got to put the biggest game there for 10 years, put everything. Because Satya already was like, why is the gaming world like this? Like software is software. Software should be everywhere. Like we got to be everywhere, and people didn't like that. Once I heard that, I was like, I mean, I get what he's saying, bro. You don't buy a fucking. Oh yeah, nah. You got to get that specific DVD. That's a DVD player. So that specific CD player, MP3 player, whatever the fuck player, in order to listen to, GNX or whatever. Yeah, because GNX is only available exclusively on. That ain't gonna work for you. Remember when artists was trying to do like, oh yeah, title cutting the bigger check, so we gonna make our shit exclusive for that. How that worked out? That didn't work out. Ain't nothing exclusive there. That ain't on Spotify. Because again, Spotify ate that home market. And it's not close. Like, it's not close at all. Like, again, I always gotta say this, Apple's share of the music market compared to Spotify is literally like 2%. And that's not an exaggeration. Actually, that might be more than what it is. That's how bad it is right now. But it's a good thing, you know what I mean? I've been Spotify since day one. The point is that they smoked everything. Nobody goes to the store to buy CDs. And nobody even cares to have ownership of it because I'm just going to subscribe. I'm just going to stay subscribed. So nobody even cares to have ownership over music. And that's why I say the gameplay I complained is so stupid. It's the biggest games in the world, from EP.30 to Doom to the biggest games in the world. I repeat, the biggest games in the world, the biggest games on PlayStation, the biggest games on Xbox, right there in that service. And people are like, nah, I want to buy my games. Like, you could. This is not Spotify where you can't. But also, this is Spotify. So I don't know why you pushing so hard to burn your bread when you don't do that for music and you don't do that for movies no more. You just do that for the video games because, again, nuts, you swinging. You feel me? Like, that shit is weird. It's weird the way console manufacturers have cultivized customers into feeling like, oh yeah, if I don't put this box on my shelf, the box don't got shit in it, hasn't had shit in it forever. Console needs an update to even play the shit, even if the shit was on the box anyway. So stop it with, oh yeah, physical ownership is up. Yeah, huh? Yeah. Anyway, physical ownership, that battle is lost. It's done. It's over. You could keep trying, but you're lying to yourself, right? It's like, oh yeah, but I just don't get it. So what y'all want is for Game Pass not to be the way, which is the best way. Because again, you can't go on Spotify and be like, you know what, I want to buy this song. Yeah, I get you could do that with iTunes or whatever the case may be, but you can't on that service. For example, you want it to be basically Nintendo Switch Online, where you could go online right now and play F-Zero GX, but if you don't got that online, you can't play F-Zero GX. So if you're not paying them consistently, you can't play it. So while y'all sit there talking about ownership, talking about box goods, y'all sit there and actually support the complete opposite all the fucking time. That's why I say, like, I can't understand the modern gamer because they're stuck in the fucking past. And it's funny because they going kicking and screaming into the future, and it's actually quite entertaining to see. So it is entertaining to see them say, "Oh, that state of play was trash," because everybody else gets to play these games. There's no games that are exclusive to my box that I can lord over an Xbox player or whatever. It's like you can't lord nothing over Xbox player. Because remember, Xbox players are like, yeah, we got PCs. Now the numbers show there's a lot of people who play Xbox gamers, who are playing exclusively on PC. Xbox all day, every day, PC. Game Pass, PC. You understand? That's what they doing. Because they actually had beast PCs to play Xbox games on. Remember when the PlayStation fans were like, yeah, I got a beast PC. Remember when you found out that they didn't? And they was just saying that because console allegiance. If they had beast PCs, they wouldn't be buying Forza on PlayStation. It wouldn't be the number one game on PlayStation. It's because that, my friends, was a lie. And that's what gamers do, bro. They lie. For what? For console nonsense. Absolute ridiculous. And I get people who hate to hear it. Like, listen, I literally lost subscribers just for doing that stream yesterday. It's so weird. I do a stream to look at video games, to see video games that are coming to my device, my PC, my Xbox, my Nintendo hardware. And I said it's a good show. Subscribers lost. I was supposed to say that show was bad because it didn't have games I didn't care about. Like, I don't care about Ghost of Yotei. I didn't play Ghost of Tsushima or whatever. Like, So I don't. Not that I wouldn't play it. I just don't care about it because I never played the original. So it not being there wasn't really a negative. And then I'm telling you, oh no, we're gonna do a whole dedicated thing. You would think, oh, that's being used as a negative, but I'm like, don't you want a dedicated show for that big? For it's the only big first party game you got, or do you just want it to be in a throwaway little trailer in this show, which y'all claim to hate? I don't get it. Make up your mind. Make up your mind, man. But yeah, that's what it is. Gamers being gamers. I wish there was a world where there was actually a lot of gamers and not so much people who are, part of their specific. Let me not use the C word again. I'll just say fan bases and where they fan base so deeply on their sleeves and hate on other things that do things better than the other just because I have to hate this thing because reasons. It's like, all right, you do you. You know? We could talk about money well spent in the future. Not really. We could do it right now if you really think about it. Because dudes saw a whole generation of their games just stay the same. And then the other chunk of the fan base saw a whole generation of games get FPS boost, their auto HDR and everything. And it was like, yeah, nah. Because all our first party shit all the shit that you're going to be playing, the main games you're going to be playing this generation, you get them in the servers right here. Nah. You rather pay $80? Yeah. 100? Hell yeah. Got you. A la Blage. And that's what I said. Microsoft ain't wrong. If you're not gonna come to our, and this is what I've been saying forever. I said, yo, people not gonna come. Like they just not. Like you gotta understand when you got people like, yo, listen, I'm Nintendo, I'm PlayStation. There's nothing these companies could do that's a negative. Nothing. You understand? Like nothing. That's why $80 Mario, like that shit was not ever gonna be a thing. I was like, they don't give a fuck. Like that, they're not gonna question it. It's just, it is what it is. Oh yeah, it's worth it because they said like, okay, yeah, sure. Every argument was dumb as fuck, but absolutely, go on with your bad selves. That's all I can say. Like, the reality is, you're not gonna get them to switch over no more. They feel like, yeah, I got my digital goods here, they're here, and they're gonna stay here. And as long as the architecture stays the same, I'll just say that. Because Sony has proven that they ain't willing to really do the work for the most part. And Nintendo damn sure has proven that. And Nintendo just proved that they're not going to let you buy stuff in the future. So buy stuff now if you want to, do you own stuff fully on a cart anymore? No. But still, you can own it in a physical form. So buy stuff now because in the future, you're not going to be able to buy that game. The only way to access our catalog is going to be through payment. And people are like, yeah, that's the way it should be. The Game Pass way is stupid because I want to own my games. I'm like, oh my God. Like, make it make sense. That statement makes no sense, but you hear it all the time. I want to own my games. Right. Okay. Got it. It's like, how many times it's not my job to do it. You know what I'm saying? And it's not like I'm just saying because it's the truth. Like, Doom, that was $13, $14. I'm not going to lie. It was $14 and change. Right? With some reward points. And I got the edition that if you got the edition I got, if I see you with that gold armor on the PlayStation, I know you spent over $100. I spent 14, bro. There's not gonna be a world where you're gonna sit there and you're gonna tell me anybody is better than these guys. Where you're gonna tell me that this is bad for gaming or this is negative. Motherfucker, I'm a customer first and foremost. My job is not to line their fucking pockets. They good. $1 trillion company. All of them is good. None of them could go out of business, bro. Like, what are you doing here? I want to support the weirdest shit in the world. Like, oh, you thought Game Pass was free? You think they didn't get fucking millions or whatever they were happy with because they took the deal? Like, what are we talking about? Expedition is still one of the biggest games of the year. It's something great. Like, it's just weird. It's just weird. People don't want to just accept the reality of shit. Damn, I did him dirty. I was fire. Listen, I'm gonna do streams like this for a little while too because I was like, yo, listen, I got like a terabyte worth of W's on Fortnite, so I'm gonna actually use them, for footage or whatever the case may be, and just take a topic and just talk about it live right here, and then we can talk about whatever y'all want to. Jack Gates, what up? Said speaking facts. Darkson Rider says, sup? What up, Darkson? How you enjoying yourself right now? I know y'all. Well, I think Jack. I know Jack been dealing with GameStop. They've been playing games with his shit, with his Switch too. Rohan Star said, "You don't have a Switch 2 yet?" Nope. Uh, yeah, man. Like it's wild. But again, like everybody be delusional. Let's like, for example, I ain't gonna take too much time on this because I know how this goes. People, are like, I'm unsubscribed. You said bad things about Switch, but I'm gonna say the truth. I'm just telling you the truth. Like I saw, I've been saying this since before it came out. The litmus test for any console now is Fortnite because Fortnite uses the most modern technology. That's just the truth. And people are like, but it looks cartoony. Da, da, da. Yeah, but every strand of grass you see there, uh, uh all of it, like, bruh, it's lumen, nanite tech, and all of that shit. So understand, it's the litmus test. And I watched Switch 2 gameplay, and I was like, oh, okay. I see where the power levels of this hardware is. And look, for first party games, it don't matter. And that's the bread and butter of the Nintendo hardware, right? When I get a Switch 2, it's going to be 100% for first party games. I will not be touching a single third party game on Switch 2 because I have no reason to. Because again, I buy third party games with my brain. But anyway, yo, it's true. Smart, man. I looked at it and I was like, oh shit, it's literally a mobile version of the game. The trees still look like Switch 1. The resolution isn't really 4K. It's obviously that you could put your console in 4K, but it's just trying to upscale it, blurry, popping like crazy. The frame rate is good though. But yeah, things at a distance, horrible. Draw distance, horrible still. And I was like, damn, it's just Switch 1 again for the next 5 years for the Fortnite players. Because understand the Nanite update that came, that was the big update. That you see the trees casting shadows everywhere. Like actually look at the shadows around and look at the lighting in this game. Yeah, that's not there at all on Switch 2. Because that's that nanite shit. That's everything. Like obviously, there's ray trace and all that bullshit. And I'm just like, when they do the next update for it, then again it's bad. I say the saving grace at least is that it's 60 frames per second. But again, it's not like I was gonna be playing Fortnite on that anyway. It's just the assessment that I was making. So yeah, anybody who thinks, oh yeah, they can make Grand Theft Auto 5 for it, no, they can't. They could put it 100% through the cloud, but that game cannot run, will not run, is impossible to run on Nintendo Switch 2. Period. Like, and anybody who tells you otherwise is fucking lying, bro. Like, and it's like, there's no point to even drink that Kool-Aid. Because the reality is, like, listen, if you really wanted to play that shit, you could get a Series S and play that shit. If you wanted to play anything else in the higher fidelity for a cheaper price, again, it's right there. There's no excuse. Every year they sell them shits for $150. You can get one. It is what it is. And it's literally 2 generations ahead of the Switch, too. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just is what it is. I don't make the rules. That's just the reality. Because Switch 2 is right there with PlayStation 4. And I said 2 generations. A generation ahead. That's what I meant. I was thinking Switch 1 in my mind still. It was 2 generations ahead of that. Now it's 1 generation ahead still. So it's still 1 generation behind. And that's just what it is. But that don't mean anything because for Nintendo games, it's going to be crazy. Because look what they do with regular Switch. Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom. What games are bigger than those? Hell, and those games are pretty too. There's not many games that are prettier either, artistically and stuff. So I'm not saying it like a negative. I'm just saying the truth of what it is. Oh, you playing Fast Fusion right now? So you can confirm that game don't got online play, right? Fast Fusion? Because I said it. I was like, no online play? I'm not even going to get it. Because I'm not even going to play it for that long once it don't got online play. But I know it's going to be good. I watched somebody upload gameplay of that. It might have been Nintendo Minute or GVG, but I'm not. One of them two did, and I watched the whole race, and I was like, "Shit look good, like really good, super fun." Games like that are mad fun. I was watching Andre struggling actually with his, and you know what it was. And I knew I didn't write a comment because it was late, and I was just in bed, and I was just on my phone looking at it, the stream, and I was just like, "Yo, what it is they made 2. They just took some Switch non-bundles and turned them into bundles because they knew people wanted that one the most. So some of them have Mario Kart built in. I think those are the ones that were always planned to be the Mario Kart bundles. But now some of them also have just a little sticker thrown in. So the sticker people, they was able to put in the code and start the game before 3 a.m. Right? And like everything, if something's coming out, for example, at 3 a.m. tonight, a part of me wants to stay up for that shit. I'm not though. But at 3 a.m. tonight, you go on your Disney, you go on your Hulu, probably got the bundle anyway. Either or, you go on them, and Predators, Killers of Killers is gonna be up, but it ain't gonna be up until 3 a.m. at least in the East Coast. You know what I mean? So on Eastern time zones. So that's just the way it is, because that's usually midnight for the West Coast. Usually, no, it is like it's midnight for the West Coast. So then that's why that situation happened to him. Like he couldn't play it until, well, yeah, until 3 a.m. And once 3 a.m. hit, it let him in. And he started playing. I was like, yo. And he was tripping. Like, I was going to write at one part, like, don't do it, bro. But the chat was doing it. It was like, yeah, don't do it. Don't do it. He was like, I think I'm just going to buy the game to see if it works this way. And I'm like, you already have the game, bro. Like, don't spend $100 on that game right now. Because I'm looking at him sitting there, looking at that $80 price, and I'm like, you have it already. Just relax. And I get you want to play the game, but it's like, you're not even going to play that much. You're going to play a couple and you're going to fall asleep. Because it's fucking 3 a.m. You know what I mean? Just relax, chill. I know launch hype could be crazy. I'm like, but goddamn, don't be that crazy. That's how I said people be having straight disposable incomes to be like, yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna spend $80 on $100 on a whim. Like when I already did it, like that's crazy to me. But yeah. Oh man, here we are. New Nintendo hardware out. Sony just had a show. Look, let's actually deep dive a bit on that show. I want to talk about something. Look, I was listening to, I watched a few reactions of the Sony show, and that's how I know I enjoyed it, because I was like, yo, I want to see people react to the Marvel. I want to see people react to the No More Heroes thing. No More Heroes. The Grasshopper game. I want to see people react to Bond more than anything, right? That's what I really wanted to see people react to. So I was watching the Lords, Iron Lords react to it. And I gotta press the issue on this one, cause King was like, "Yo, nah, man, this Bond ain't it, da da da." And y'all know my reaction when I watched it. The first thing I said, "Oh, they doing straight real, like he looks like Ian Fleming's depiction of Bond." I said that instantly because he had the scar on the face and everything. So if you know, you know. And I'm like, that's Bond. But then I was like, all right, maybe he don't know because the novels, whatever the case may be. But he wasn't talking about the way the dude looked. He was talking about the clothes, and I was like, "You tripping?" Because he had the holster with the black turtleneck. I'm like, literally every Bond wears that shit. That I would think that was the poster of Skyfall, if not Skyfall. Yeah, Skyfall. He was wearing that. Craig in that one, but every Bond has worn that. He in the shot that was like the silhouette of him fighting. He's literally dressed like from Russia with Love, Sean Connery with the white, suit on and everything. And I'm like, bro, like it's Bond. So he was just like tearing it apart. And I was like, yo, how? This is literally what this IP is. Like that's the guy right there. And it's still Origin. It's not like he's fully Bond, like, Like he didn't even finish the sentence. He said, she was like, "Name, sir?" He was like, "James." And she was like, and I think she finished, right? James Bond. I think she finished it like that. So I was just like, nah, man, this is Bond, like to the T, like to the T. Like they really making a Bond that takes in the movie stuff and take like visually, thematically, the music they use was from a Bond movie, pulled straight from a Bond movie. You know what I mean? But then they're making him look and feel like the Ian Fleming actual character, which is cool, And he was like, nah, this is oh, you said there's no Alamo? Yeah, hopefully it does get added. But he was like, nah, this is more Ethan Hunt. I'm like, Ethan Hunt is just a wannabe Bond. Like they all want to be Bonds, man. They all his sons. But yeah, nah, that was the only thing I was gonna say. Like, nah, that game, I said that shit look fire to me, like so good. And I don't think he said the game looked bad. He was just shitting on Bond. And I was like, nah, I gotta defend this guy. I don't know who's playing him though. I really want to know who's playing him. I want to know if it's his face, like if it's a mocap of his face. But the scar, I was like, damn. the fact that MGM did that, you know, they let them run with that Amazon Studio. Maybe they'll do that for the movie. That's the one thing I took away from it. And I was like, man, they should. They really should. Cause while Bond is the dapper fly, they broke it down in the trailer, right? They say he was like top of his class, but then, you know, he was a wild boy still. And that's James Bond, super smart, but he was always rugged. He was always a street dude. Like, he was never the clean guy. This is why in the Craig ones, you had like Moneypenny shave him. You had Vespa actually teach him how to wear a fitted suit. Like, them big ass doofy suits you wearing ain't it. You know, and he was mad about it till he put it on, looked himself in the mirror and was like, fuck. He saw James Bond right there. Like, so Bond has always been that guy. And I think it's cool. Like, if look, all right, so the $150 that he got on his face, if they do that in the movie, I actually want to see it happen. Like, I would like that to be a big thing in the first movie. So that now when you see him in the second movie and third, you know, you see him with the scar on his face. Like I said, I want a super young Bond. Imagine having a dope ass villain. Look, for the new Bond coming up, I got one ask. And this is for the first 3 movies, so I'm gonna be fair. So that's like 10 years. I want Jaws to come back, preferably played by Michael Shannon, right? Because I mean, do I even need to explain that? Michael Shannon, General Zod as Jaws. If I need to explain that to you, then I guess you don't see it. But anyway, that's been my vision forever. I've always seen it. But yeah, it's like Adrian Brody would literally be the best Joker, but they be playing games. Yet another Oscar, and they still don't like. He's right there. He's literally the guy, you know. But whatever. Not that I care anymore, you know. Yeah, man. Like, Sweet Tea, nah, no Switch 2 over here. Not yet. I knew when I did the stream, I said, oh yeah, it's Switch 2 day. People gonna be like, yo, you streaming, you showing on Fortnite? I'm gonna just be like, nah, man, this is Fortnite on the Switch 2. But y'all wouldn't believe it. Because you see the lighting, you see the purple tint, you see all that. Yeah, that's not there. It's just, the Switch version is just sun. Shit look like that new Superman movie. It's like these dudes say, look, the internet said Superman should be bright and colorful, so we're gonna make the most ugliest movie ever known to man. Just turn the contrast up, guys. And somebody was like, yeah, that looks good. That looks good? Alright, to each their own. It's fucking the most ugliest shit I ever seen. And that's not even hate. Like, that's just, ugh. Like, a lot of people are doing that now. I've caught a few shows where I was like, yeah, I'm gonna stop watching this because they did the stupid shit. Let me put a lamp behind, the lamp in front, mad brightness. Like they get lighting techniques from YouTube videos. Like, do people go to school for this shit anymore? Do people actually watch movies with good cinematographer? Like, go watch Skyfall. Like, that's how you light a movie. Do that. If you're not doing that, you're doing it wrong. Like, people be straight tripping. Like, you know, shadows are good. It's like a lot of movies now. They like, yeah, they just want to take shadows off. It's disgusting. You know, absolutely disgusting. But yeah, I like the state of play. And I thought Bond looked great. I think the Marvel game being 4-on-4 is gonna be absolutely one of the biggest games of all time when it comes to fighting games. 4-on-4, that's 8 players. I know Smash got 8 players. Don't get it twisted. But this is like the mode, the main mode. 8 players for Smash is like some side mode on Fortnite. Granted, the side mode on Fortnite now, they be having more players than the mainline modes, but still, you know, like, it's a side thing. In the Marvel game, it's the main thing. And the fact that we got that Marvel fighting game, then we got the 2D brawler beat 'em up coming out, that's like the old Children of the Atom and all that shit. And you know, Carnage. Hell yeah, like, I'm super excited. Like, it's such a good time, man, to be a fan of Marvel stuff. And again, you think it's cool that Sony could have made millions by putting Marvel, Spider-Man, and Miles Morales on Switch 2 this year? It's been years that game been out. I ain't even say Spider-Man 2. I said they could wait on that one. But putting out those two and be like, yeah, since we doing that, just put those on Xbox. How much you think those games would have sold? You know, we got a Spider-Man movie coming out next year. Spider-Man is always hot. When is he not? Right? So, again, the only person that benefits, it isn't Sony. And it isn't players. It's just the people who really, really were hyped when they bought a PlayStation 3 because the logo was the Spider-Man font. And they thought the thing that I mostly buy this thing for is the Spider-Man font, which is an IP I really enjoy. This is cool. Hence, people who buy a thing based on a brand. It's wild. Again, none of y'all going and buying a specific thing in order to listen to music, to watch fucking, I don't know, anything. Yo, I'm gonna go watch Sinners right now. I need to go get that specific, Sinner box in order to watch the brand new Ryan Coogler flick because, he works exclusively for whatever. Sinners was who? Oh, Warner Brothers, right? Warner Brothers, and you got to get the Warner Brothers box in order to watch it. Oh, you want to watch Marvel? Oh, well, Thunderbolts is coming, but you got to get the Disney box. And some people might say, oh, yeah, but that's Disney Plus. That's Max. No, it's not. Max throws, Warner Brothers is the worst businessman in the world. They throw everything on anything. You got Warner Brothers stuff on Netflix. You got Warner Brothers, they literally cut a deal where all DC movies go to fucking Tubi. Literally. So when you go on Tubi, everything is there. All the shit that they make. So it's like, it's not even exclusive to their streaming service. And even then, you could get it outside of their streaming service on Movies Anywhere, Fandango at Home. That's the point I'm making. It's weird. It's weird that is being shunned in gaming. It's like, no, we don't want that. But it's not really being shunned. It's only console warriors doing that because, everybody else on PC and Xbox and stuff, they're living in the future already in the times that match film and music. Sweet Tea said PS3 did have a nice font. Absolutely. The Spider-Man font was fire. Absolutely. I got the gunmetal PS3 still, and that font just on that with the gunmetal back, because it was silver, it looked gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. It's just the point that, people rather, people don't have their best self-interest. I realize that in life. Like, for them, it's always about pleasing something else, like a corporation, like whether it's a corporation that employs them or not. Like, it's like, they just want to please corporations. They want to be bandwagon riders, and this is with everything in life. Whether it's your sports team, whether it's you only wear Nikes and Jordans and shit, whether it's, you know what I'm saying? Oh, I only listen to this music genre. I don't know. I've never been that guy. Like, it's weird to me. Like, I heard rhythm and I thought, oh, cool. And it was, my first, music was probably, honestly, merengue and rap music, straight up, right? And and when I heard somebody wailing on the guitar, I was like, what the fuck? That shit is hard. Like, that was my reaction. And then it's like, all right, now you listen to rock music. And it's like, I even went through a classical phase, when I used to always draw and paint and stuff. I used to throw on classical music just to zone out. And the point is, I just consumed everything. So I never been, and even and to bring it to video games, right? And that's the same thing with movies. I watch all kinds of movies. I just don't watch action movies and comedies or just watch rom-coms. You know what I mean? Like, I watch everything and anything. I'll give anything a chance. I'm open to, because you can learn from anything, something new, get out of your comfort zone, right? But with video games, that was the same thing. It's like I had an Atari and an NES. I had a Super Nintendo and the Sega Genesis. I had a Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, 64, PlayStation 1, right? And Sega Saturn. And then Dreamcast and GameCube. And then PlayStation 3. Well, Xbox 360, 5 Reveling later, PlayStation 3 and Wii, right? That was that generation. And then the last one was Xbox, PC, and Switch. You know what I mean? And now this next one, it'll be PC, Xbox, Switch 2. Like, I've always had multiple platform. And what I realize is a lot of the PlayStation dudes, they don't. You know, they it's literally that, it's that real for them. You know what I'm saying? It's that real console. It's really a war for them. So it's like, nah, that shit better come to me or I ain't touching that shit. And that's real. And I always understood that with them. They're like, they was different. Like, they shit was different because Sony really, like, Nintendo did, now you're playing with power. Sega did, you know, do what Nintendo don't. But that's as far as it went. You know what I mean? Like, that was pretty much it. And, all right, nah, I'm lying. 64 was kind of crazy when they was doing the videos. Like, then they kidnapped Mario, and then that whole thing, and there was a lot of shots towards PlayStation. But whatever, it was 64 graphics, you know, better than 32 bits. But anyway, you know, like, they didn't do that forever, the point is. But Sony kept that shit up like that's part of their identity. And so for a lot of the players there, I feel like that's a part of their identity. For it's gonna be harder for them to get out the console war space rhetoric, because they live in there, they thrived in that zone. And now when they realize, oh, there's nothing special about PlayStation. Actually, PlayStation 5 is actually the dumbest console on the market when you think about it. Because, well, you could play their games elsewhere better. And then the main games you playing, you could play, again, elsewhere better. And you could play them for cheaper. And they don't got really first-party games like that. It's like, so really, it's like, what do they have? That's why when people say, oh, what do Xbox got going for it? Because da-da-da, I'm like, y'all acting like Game Pass ain't better. It ain't the best first party game out. Like, again, do we got to go down the list again? What is everybody playing right now? Doom. Well, not right now. Right now, everybody playing Mario Kart. But, well, everybody who got it. But, you know, Doom, Expedition, PlayStation people playing Forza, a fucking 4-year-old game. Shout out to them. It's a great game. I still play it too. But it ain't my main game I'm playing right now. But yeah, like I literally just beat 2 days ago South of Midnight Fire game. Right, and it like South Midnight to me was like this year's version of what Hi-Fi Rush was. You know, it was something like that. Even though South Midnight I feel had a better story, but Hi-Fi Rush was the better gameplay, I would say. But they were kind of similar in a lot of ways, but not really, because I feel like Hi-Fi Rush, you could get deeper with the combat. Point is, it was that. Like, there's a lot of games, you know, and you play those games, and yeah, I just. Look, the point is, people got to get out of there. It's not even the rules; it's just what it used to be, and they stuck on that. Will they ever? I highly doubt it. Yo, I do like these vehicles though, the Star Wars vehicles, but I am so ready for what's about to happen on Saturday, because they're about to destroy this whole place, and then the new world gonna come. I wonder if that like maybe that's the thing with Switch 2. Maybe it was like, listen, that shit gonna be launching at the end of a season, at the end of a world that we're not even using, developing no more for. That's a lie. They still develop for it because obviously little things change, but they're clearly moving on to something massive on Saturday, literally a few days later. So maybe, you know, that version will be a bit more updated. Because I find it weird that it's Nvidia, right? And they be at the forefront a lot of these technologies. So it's weird that like Switch 2 doesn't have no lumen or nanite technology. I thought it would have it a little bit. Because I know Series S had it, but again, Switch 2 is in the Series S. But still. That art is fire, by the way. But yeah, man, that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about. I don't want to sit here and go in circles. Hold on, let me switch that. So we could talk about whatever. I'm hyped, man, for that Predator, Killer of Killers. I truly believe those three stories. This is my prediction. I believe those three stories are gonna connect, right? And I think the end of it is gonna explain, or at least give us a hint of what happens when you win, because we don't know what happens when you win. That's always been my question with Predator. It's literally been my number one question. Like, do they ever come back and like, you know, like fuck shit up? But then you watch Prey, and then you see the gun that they gave Danny Glover. So I'm like, you gave it to Naru, but y'all gonna come back probably body her or ancestor, which would be cool if they did an ancestor, but it was still played by the same actress because she was dope. But so I think it's like you're gonna go body her and then take the weapon and then somehow somewhere, oh, the humans won again. So here. But then I wonder why didn't y'all give it to Arnold? You know what I'm saying? But again, it don't really matter. I mean, it just don't matter. Maybe that one predator was singular. There was no other predators around. But clearly, in like look at the end of Prey, when you look at it, they show the predators actually coming back. So I figured they were gonna make a new movie, and the director has said as much that he got one already in the chamber, another one after Badlands. Like that's ready, like to be start, because it's like it's developed. It just needs to be basically, you know, started to go. But right now, they still finishing the one they got coming out in the fall. So I believe they're gonna show us a bit of that, explain a bit of that, right? But then I think Badlands is gonna be like the catalyst of it all, like to show you like, yeah, that predator maybe lost but lived. I know they say he's like a grunt, so he's like weird, so he's already hated on by the other predators. That's why he looks a little bit different. But I'm thinking maybe he lost, and so they send him to the Badlands with that big creature that the Wayland Yutani computer says, "Oh yeah, you can't kill that thing," So then you see that giant, whatever that thing is, come into the shot. I don't know, maybe this is the place where they send you to go, but then you see like predators being bodied by another predator. And I'm thinking, wait, so is this predator, maybe it's like if you fail, they send you here and this predator hunts you and kills you? I don't understand. Or the world kills you, because clearly the world is attacking in vines. So I just think they're going to explain a lot of that, right? And that all this stuff is really connected, because it's one director, one vision, and clearly Fox is, I keep saying Fox, I gotta stop. 20th Century, Disney and all, like the new regime is 100% on track to do a big Marvel style Alien versus Predator, and it's gonna be big because they're gonna make good movies leading to it, and this is why you already got, they not sugarcoating like the Wayland Yutani like droids is there. And actually, I just watched the trailer to Alien Earth, which comes out August, I think it's August 12th. It looks incredible. And in that, it was crazy because they dropped a new nugget for the whole IP. And it's that you can transfer a human into an artificial intelligence. So who's to say that Wayland Yutani didn't do that for himself? So him dying in Prometheus, that could have been the main body, but he probably had himself backed up somewhere on Earth so he could just come back and reprise his role, as CEO of the company. I was like, that's crazy, because they show a girl being transferred into the main actress, basically. I mean, that girl is the main actress, but in terms of actors, the one you actually seeing, like, so the little girl goes into the lady, and I'm like, that shit is crazy, So who's to say, like, Bishop now I mean, we kind of knew that because Bishop popped up and he was like a real man, so it was like, and he was Wayland Yutani in 3. It was always weird. But again, that was so weird that we didn't know, like, oh, is this it real? Da, 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 da. The stuff we getting now, this is real deal. This is like when Marvel got all their shit back and they was like, okay. You see what Marvel did that was genius, right? They took all the Marvel movies and made them all part of the MCU. They might be different numbered planets, but they all coexist in the same universe. It was genius. They did it between Spider-Man and what they did with Deadpool. It was genius, right? To tie it all together and make everything matter. You could watch any Marvel movie and know that you're watching the MCU now. I thought that shit was literally the biggest, illest shit I've ever seen, ever done in cinematic history. Like that was the craziest thing that they did. To make everything like when I watch Spider-Man 1, 2, and 3, it's all connected. That's beautiful to me. And when I did do that, and I did the reviews on Patreon, when I did do that, it felt like that. It was amazing to feel like, yeah, this is all one interconnected story that also connects to all these other superheroes. That's genius. So what they doing is the same thing. The other movies matter. They all still count. Prometheus, Covenant, all of that is still, prequel stuff. And then here comes Fede with the alien Romulus. And they did what they did in that movie. Now Earth is gonna touch on some stuff. It looks good, man. Like the way they planning out the universe. So when they the CEO, the head of the table over there of 20th Century, he said, "Listen, we gonna get to it. It ain't gonna be quick though, but that is the goal." You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, yeah, you can see that that's the goal. And I think there'll be nuggets here and there, like you saw, like 20th Century, they went like if they put in what happened in Independence Day, what is it, Resurgence, the second one? Which, by the way, I don't hate that movie. I actually enjoy that movie. And if that's all canon and everything, like those aliens, and that's what happened on Earth, to me it all makes sense. Like the thing where it gets shaky is like, nah, it doesn't really, because in Alien you don't really spend too much time on Earth. Predator, the years that we were on Earth was years before even Independence Day 1. Predator 1, Danny Glover. You feel me? So I think it all could still, work as one interconnected alien universe. And then the catalyst being Alien, right? Alien was the first, right? Unless they go, nah, we also connecting it all to Star Wars and MCU. The whole, everything we own at Disney is all connected. Like, god damn, that's crazy. But no, like, they're not gonna connect Star Wars to it. I hope they don't. But if they connect Independence Day, Alien, and Predator as like, all right, this is one universe. Everything in those movies coexisted in this timeline. I think it makes sense. I think it's cool. And to have three different aliens. The coolest thing about Alien Earth trailer is that it's not just a xenomorph. They showing like this octopus creature. It got a lot of little scary, like, oh look, let's highlight it coming out the thing. Let's highlight it jumping at somebody's face or something like that. So there's this crazy little octopus guy who's clearly gonna be probably worse than the xenomorphs. So I mean, maybe you need a xenomorph to kill those things. You know what I'm saying? Because obviously the xenomorph is just trying to take out anything and everything and turn anything and everything into, a vessel for more of them. So the fact that there's 5 canisters in the ship that crash landed into Earth with 5 different super, threatening, even though the goat with multiple eyes, I'm like, what does that do? Like, it just looks like a goat with more eyes. Like, put that shit on the farm, bro. Put that shit on the farm. like, who knows what that is? But yeah, they got like 5 different ones. And I don't know if it counts as xenomorph. I don't know if the xenomorph is a secret, if the egg hatches, and who knows. But I like that they're, adding different layers to it to push the IP forward, man. They can't be stuck in the past. It's nothing worse than IPs being stuck in the past and then they come back and it's, oh yeah, we're gonna reboot or we're gonna remake or we're gonna, like, yo, just push the story forward. I don't want to see nothing remade. Like, just give me another one. But yeah, that's my movie talk right now. I don't really got nothing else to speak on when it comes to movies. I'm just excited for, all the cool shit happening with these 2 IPs that I love, Alien and Predator. I'm so happy. That's why I was happy when Disney got it. Because I believed, because of how they treated the MCU. I believed that, if anybody got those IPs, they would say, oh, if I got it, I would do it right. Because clearly motherfuckers wasn't doing it right. So I would say Predator more so than Alien. Alien's been pretty fucking solid with Prometheus and Covenant. Covenant isn't for everybody because Covenant is mad dark and heavy. It's a lose movie. It's one of those, you know what I'm saying? And people tend to hate movies like that. And it's like, I like it because I got a lot of this IP. I've seen a lot of winning. I've seen Ripley win multiple times. So the way that movie went was crazy. And I think David is an intriguing character. But thankfully, no one is trying to buy stuff at Target so I can get my Switch too. Oh, you gonna get it from Target? That's what's up. Hit everyone with warranties without asking. That's whack. I hate when they force things on you. You want my friend code? Damn, I would have just put it up on the screen. There's no way for me to put it up on the screen. Well, you want to send me yours? Just post it as a comment on this video. Unless you don't want it all out there, it don't matter. I'll just I'll post my friend code. I'll do that right now. I got you. Matter of fact, yeah. So that all of y'all with Switch 2s, y'all can add me, and we can not play Mario Kart together since I don't got one yet. But eventually, I got you. Costco was the backup plan. Where is my friend code? I know I got it somewhere on my computer. Actually, it's on Patreon. I could get it from Patreon. Where is it? Nah, it ain't there. I'm gonna find it. I mean, it is on Patreon. I'm just in the wrong place. I think it's here. Let me see. Nope. Use this shit every day, but not for that, so it's hard to find it right now. I got it. I got it. Oh, no, I don't got it there. God damn. All right, I'll just grab my Switch real quick. Hold up. All right. Hold up. While I'm at it, let me get something to pray real quick. You said spoilers, you're not that good at games? I don't care. Man, it's about fun. Oh, I was going to say it. I'll just type it because I think it'd be dumb to say it, right? Like, I mean, maybe I should say it too, just so if somebody is watching. Well, the chat replay will be there, but I, oh, you go back to Atari 2600? Same here. All right, let me write it in the chat right now. And everybody like watching, feel free to add it. You know what I'm saying? Add it. If you add it right now, I'll definitely accept it. I'm gonna accept it either way. I'm just saying I'll accept it right now. I'm gonna say it out loud too. Shut up, Red. All right, so here we go. Switch SWFC. Switch friend code. Here we go. It's 3486. This is the closest I get to doing lotto numbers on the news, you know, announcing it. 3838. 8291. That's exactly what I would do it to. 8291. Yeah, that's it. 3486. 3486. 3838. 3838. 8291. 8291. All right, I wrote it correct, and I'm gonna press enter just in case y'all want to see the type version. Bam. There you go. I'll even pin that shit so it don't get buried. There y'all have it. And I got my Switch right in front of me, so if y'all send, you know, the request right now, it'll pop up. Oh, that's your name? All right, got you. I'll notice you when you pop up. RVZN. The RV. I'll just say Raven Blade, and I'll remember. Oh, and feel free if y'all still watching to actually like the video, yo, so that it gets shared and people see it and hopefully find the channel, hopefully subscribe because YouTube is crazy now, super crazy. Like it's wow, it's a struggle to get subscribers on YouTube now. I also think it's harder to get subscribers when you're not, doing the blind loyalty thing to one thing. If you're just, playing video games and saying the state of play was good, that's not good. You should hate it. He said he deleted a bunch of people from the Animal Crossing pandemic days. Damn. He said, I don't know these people. That's crazy. You should have kept them. For the next one. For the next one. Like, oh, shit. What the fuck? Oh, man. Yeah, yo, but this is nice, this stream. It not being so, like usually, I'm watching something, reacting to something, or I'm doing a podcast, so it's like, I'm just really dedicated to whatever it is I'm talking about. This is more laid back, more chilled. I only used Switch online to download Mario Maker levels. Wait, you never play Splatoon? You never play Mario Kart? You never play Smash Brothers? This is my only Switch 2 experience. Y'all ready? Listen. That's it. Listen, one more time. That's the update sound they put on the Switch 1 when you go into the eShop. That's it. That's my experience right now. I got 12 people online. Hold on, let me see. These are Switch 2 people. Oh no, I'm lying. Oh nah. Yeah, here we go. Oh shit. Online Nintendo Switch 2. It says Nintendo Switch 2. Wow. That's so cool though. It lets you know what that person is playing on. Let's see. Mario Kart World. First played 1 hour ago. I'm not gonna say names though. Let me see. What are you playing? Mario Kart World. Oh, they got Mario Kart World Switch Online profile pictures because this person has a Peach on a bike. I'm surprised Nintendo went for that photo because they got her ass all up in the picture. You know the weirdos out there, man. You know the weird. Oh, somebody else got a Mario picture. And he's playing Welcome Tour. Fast Fusion. Nintendo GameCube Online Classics playing F-Zero GX. It says it real small, but it's cool that it tells you what you're playing in there. I never noticed that before. My Switch experience, Zelda 2 and Picross. Oh, shit. Oh, your karaoke channel's going to 3K subs. I got a channel sitting there with 3K subs, but I don't use it no more. I don't use it because it got demonetized for some bullshit. And I was like, yeah, I ain't going to use it no more if it's not monetized. Fuck it, I'm going to just make another channel because it'll happen again. I don't trust it. I didn't. But there was a lot going on at that time. And somebody started copyrighting all my music. Like if it was their own, even though it was literally made by me on Pro Tools in like 2008. You know what I mean? Like that's how old that shit is. It's like that was just me fucking around one day. Like the one time I messed around with Pro Tools, that's what I made. And it's like people are like, yo, that beat is fire. I'm like, word. It wasn't my Pro Tools either. It was just me fucking around. But anyway, the point is that's what happened. So once they started flagging all my videos and taking all my revenue, I was like, yeah, I'm not using this channel no more. So yeah, I got a channel sitting there that had 4,700 subscribers. Now it's down to because it just loses subscribers every year, every other week, every other month, which is weird. But now it's sitting at like I don't know 3,400 subs, but I don't use it, and I'm not gonna. Somebody else playing F-Zero GX. Switch Online playing on. Oh, it shows you he's playing Tears of the Kingdom, but it lets you know on Nintendo Switch 2. That's cool. So if you're playing the Switch 1 game on Switch 2, yeah, you still. This is sad, bro. Right? They're like, yo, his Switch experience is through Switch 1. I'm dying right now. Oh man. Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild on Switch 2. I knew that was going to happen. There was going to be a lot of people who are going to be playing old games because the lineup isn't strong at all day one. And then I see Darks and I see yours here. Fast Racing. I ain't going to go down your whole list, you know what I mean? But I see you was playing Fast Racing. Mario Kart. You play Fortnite? I see you went on Fortnite. But yeah, most people play Mario Kart World, obviously. So I got 16 people on, and I'm gonna tell you how many of them are playing Mario Kart World. One, two, three. Why his shit just says Nintendo Switch? Oh, Nintendo Switch 2. Welcome to. All right. One, two, three. Oh, now he playing Street Fighter on Switch 2. Three. Only three people actually. And now Darkson, I see you online. You playing what the hell? Pocket Card Junkie. Right on. And you know, like I don't know, like I was feeling like the fear of missing out. To keep it real, you know, to speak to y'all with my Nintendo heart and tell y'all the truth of how I'm feeling. Such strong feelings. Yeah, I kept this game in here because I thought it was such a good game, and I could have won, but I got second. Got there. All right, so on to the next one. Damn, I don't think it's this one. It might be, might not be. Let's see. Oh nah, it wasn't. That was the same one. Oops, no, stop that music, bro. That music, you what? That's he doing the Megan Thee Stallion. No, that will be a copyright, whatever. You know, music copyright. All right, so on to this one. And I had no intention of streaming today since I know I'm gonna be streaming so much tomorrow. Saturday is gonna be crazy because I'm gonna do this Fortnite stream, and then I'm gonna stream all the shows happening on that day. Future game show, whatever the future games. Yeah, I think that's on Saturday. I don't know. They all mixed up. I got the schedule and I got all my alarms set on my phone. And yeah, so then Sunday Xbox show is gonna be crazy. I think people sleeping on Xbox show too, and I don't know why. They've been home runs for the last 5 years. Like it's gonna be good. Well, matter of fact, let me not say that. They hated the show with a cool Marvel game, a 007 reveal, you know, some Metal Gear, like a lot of IPs that they love, shit that they know they're gonna be playing, even over anything Sony would have shown first party. But still, they gonna hate on that. So I don't know. I don't know. Oh yeah, if you got a USB-C camera, hey, supposedly any of them work, so you could just use that. I'm not really into camera stuff at all, so I'm not gonna use it. Like, only camera I ever bought for a console was the one for PS3, and what I mainly bought it for that I like that it was like We Speak, where I didn't really have to wear a headset when I was chatting, and I used to always be in like the white room talking shit with Black Baron and a few others. You know what I'm saying? So those were good times, man. It was that and some Killzone 2. It was what we would chill on basically, or PlayStation Home playing pool. Those were the times. Those were the times. Yeah, so I've never really used the camera beyond that, and maybe the 3DS with the AR games. Remember, you put your face in the little ships, and you fly around, spinning around in your living room playing That damn game. Oh yeah, and you know what? Here's the other thing too about the PlayStation show. They had they had um um what the hell was I gonna say? VR games. And I know you'll be like, Ray, you really like you gonna like you don't even like VR. I don't. But I can't say I don't like VR. I just don't think I'm gonna participate in VR because I have a fragile pair of eyes where they got goddamn 21 vision, but that's a negative, with super bright crap. Like I end up getting, headaches and shit like that. So I was like, I ain't gonna put a screen on my face. And I used to get headaches all the time from Virtue Boy. I know it's not the same thing. But anything, even like holding my phone with the brightness up too much, will end up giving me a headache after a while. So that's why I mostly like gaming on the screen, because like squinting at a bright ass handheld never really been physically appealing. Let's just say that for me. But yeah, VR, man. They had some games for it, and that's cool because people did spend price of a console for that shit. So it's nice to see them not just abandon ship and actually, you know what, we're gonna support that, right? Because we could talk shit and be like, yo, they didn't do shit with it, yeah. But then if they don't do shit with it, then yeah, that's a negative. That's why we talk shit. So when they do shit, I'm not gonna, not give them the props because the reason why if you're shitting on it like, oh, VR is pointless, da da da, oh, it's because it's not being supported properly. So if they try, why would I then still shit on it? Because then that's just like, oh, so you just want to hate. And it's like, yeah, a lot of gamers do that. That's why, like I said last year, I've come to the realization that 99, if not 98% of gamers have a bully complex. And they use their favorite console manufacturer to get their rocks off with it. And I've noticed that. And this is not, stop picking on Britney. This is not what I'm doing. Stop picking on Xbox. Stop picking on Nintendo. Stop picking on PlayStation. No, I'm just saying. People just, it's bullies, bro. That's all it is. It's all it is. This is deeper than rooting for your favorite sports team. It's just a bully complex. It's like people want something to talk down some shit on some shit, then they do good shit. They still shit on it because it's, oh yeah, I'm a bully that shit no matter what they do. So if my console that I like now starts doing it, now I look like an idiot because I'm sitting there defending it. So now everybody knows I'm full of shit. But yet somehow that still keeps a lot of these grifters afloat. It's amazing to me how being completely fucking fake and full of shit is the winning formula on YouTube. And just in general, it feels like in all aspects of life right now. It's like being. I was about to say being. I was about to. I'm not outside. Yeah, man. Just. I'll put it a nice way. Keeping it 100. Not even keeping it 100. Everybody keep it 100, so it ain't real. So I gotta, push it up a bit. Keeping it 1,000 just ain't what a lot of these people is familiar with or into or interested in. Halo, Gears, Forza sucks. The games that they're most excited to play right now. Gears of War 1. Hoping for Halo at the show. And it being announced for PlayStation. While they're booting up Forza Horizon and signing into their Xbox Live accounts in order to play it and becoming an active user of the ecosystem that they mainly hate. I bring all this shit up just to say, like, it's so stupid to watch these video game shows now with a first party perspective at the forefront when none of these motherfuckers except Nintendo actually has first party games. And that's the like hard true fact that people just won't accept. It's weird. Oh yeah, do that. No, yeah, Saturday. Oh yeah, but by the time Money in the Bank on, well, I don't know, because a lot of these fucking PLEs be starting 4 in the afternoon now. Sometimes I be like, oh, there's a show on. Crazy, and it's because I'm fed. Oh, look, the pre-show is on. I'm like, pre-show? It's 3 o'clock. Wasn't it? I think for WrestleMania it might have been noon, bro. Like I was like, yo, it's noon, and dudes already got their boost late stuff. This is crazy. Crazy times we live in. But hey, you ain't never starved for, wrestling content. Because I remember being a kid and being mad, like waiting for Saturday night, a main event or whatever the case may be. Whether it was WCW, WWF, it wasn't knowing as much content it is now. And people say, "Oh, it's gonna it's a bad thing. Like people gonna get burnt out." I'm like, you don't know wrestling fans, bro. Like, there's no burnt out. You could get tired today. Like, yeah, I'm tired, bro. I can't watch no more wrestling. 8 hours was just too much. And then tomorrow, damn, I feel like seeing that Ricky Steamboat Macho Man fight real quick. Hold on, let me. And then you over the sun watching, whether it's, I was gonna say network, well, whatever, Netflix. You go on it for that, or a YouTube video, and you watch. There's always something. And literally now there's all, especially now if you're not a fanboy and you just enjoy pro wrestling. Oh yeah, you got something to watch every day. It's like there's an MLW show this day. There's a goddamn GCW show that day. There's a CMLL show. There's a AAA show. There's a New Japan show. There's a NWA show. Then you get into the top. Oh yeah, there's an Impact show. You know, and then obviously the other ones, the big ones, your WrestleManias and your All-Ins of the world. But yeah, there's always something to watch, to be entertained. That don't even count that a lot of indies now actually have YouTube channels and they throw up matches there, so you could see like ROW. Like, well, that's not new. That's old. That's Booker T school. But I was watching Roxanne wrestle there from when she came in because I always watch ROW, Booker T school wrestling stuff. But anyway, yeah, man. Video games. Look, I'm excited for, like, it's hard with Fortnite to be excited about whatever they're gonna do because it's like you could never expect it. Fortnite is literally madness. Like, they'll do anything. Like, we done had platforming in Fortnite, like actual Fall Guys sections in it. So it's like there's literally nothing that they wouldn't do. And so whatever they do after the Saturday destruction, because you know what's gonna happen, right? You know we're gonna fail, right? Us as players. They don't got that shit hovering over the planet for no reason. Like, it's over. Remember what happened to Princess Leia planet? Do you? If you don't, well, before Saturday, you got plenty of time to watch Star Wars. Go watch the original, and then yeah, it is in the original, right? Yeah, it is in part one where they blow her shit up. But yeah, they blow up her home planet, and that's exactly what I think is gonna happen here. And then we're gonna get a whole new, the most new, because I think this is the longest that Epic has stood on a specific world where they just kept changing little locations of it, not just changing the whole thing. So I think the next change is gonna be massive. I'm hoping for a massive city because I always like the cities. Darkson always hated the cities. I used to be like, yo, let's go to the city all the time. Oh man. You know what's crazy? I know why they did it, but watching, like, unboxing videos and the reveals, not reveals, what the fuck? I don't know how reveals got in there. I think it's because of all the shows. No, watching unboxing videos and people, play Mario Kart and stuff like that. I still feel like, damn, they should have had one more thing there. And I think it should have been Donkey Kong. I get why they put it to July. It is right around the corner. You're gonna blink, it'll be there. And obviously Mario Kart is gonna keep you entertained for a while. But I mean for years to come. But I'm just saying, for you're gonna be entertained, so you good. In that sense, like, and I'm sure you got other shit to play, and I'm sure most of y'all got multiple consoles anyway. So y'all fine. But yeah, Donkey Kong is a month away, but I feel like, yeah, that should have been there right now. Cause I actually think that would have been massive. It's still gonna be, because it's gonna be the first thing people gonna feel like, oh, I gotta buy this shit. This is the next thing to play on this Switch. Showpiece, showcase game. And it's true. So it's still gonna be massive because there's nothing around it. That's why I'm hoping that, this direct happens next week, and then they announce Metroid for August. So then it's like bam, bam, and again, when, I mean, we don't know the numbers yet, but obviously it's a lot. because I mean everybody is getting one. When you sell a lot of systems, you got that game. Now you got the next one. The next one. It's like I think for the first few years, yeah, those games tend to get like that new console support. Let's just say, and it's because there's not really a lot there. So yeah, I think people will go from you know Mario Kart to Donkey Kong to Metroid to Zelda to Pokemon. It should be good, man. It should be good. You said I'm watching all 6 hours of Luge? What the hell is that? A show? I like. I just finished watching. I got to review it too. Terrified 3, the other night, and what the hell did I just finish watching too? I don't even remember. I know I just finished watching something specifically. Oh damn! Took all that health out. I love that they brought the Spider-Man like swinging back. Uh, but yeah, I've been watching a lot of. So I watched Captain America: Brave New World. I watched Motorheads on Prime. I thought that was really good. Um, like I said, Terrifier. What did I just watch? Oh, I watched Battle Royale last night. Well, let me not say I'm still at the end, and I kind of fell asleep, but I watched it a million times. I bought that movie, well, the way you would buy that movie in North America, back in the day. Let's just say that. That's how I got it when it was, out when it first came out. And that's the movie that made me like I love Hunger Games, but when Hunger Games, like I literally love Hunger Games, like IP. I'm glad that they making the Woody Harrelson book. Like once I heard that they was doing the book for his movie, I was like, yo, hopefully, they already making the movie. And then I found out it was like, oh, they already read the book, they already made a screenplay. So once the book comes out, they're gonna start making the movie, and that's true. They already got the whole cast. But yeah, when Hunger Games 1 came out, I shitted on it because I was like, I like it's a good movie, but the actual Hunger Game aspects of it is weak because it just was a wannabe battle royale that wasn't as good as that when it came to the actual, moments. But oh, AAA and wait, that's the show that they doing with the first show that they doing with the WWE wrestlers. I'll definitely check that out. Listen, Lucha Libre, they always gonna have the best wrestling. Like that's just bar none. Hell, last night on who was it they had wrestling? I forget who it was, but he showed out in the 4-way match with Kenny Omega, Claudio, and that shit was 4 hours. It went by quick to me. Because it's a pay per view. I'm like people say, oh my god, a 4 hour dynamite. I'm like, who gives a shit? It's one time, and y'all watch pay per views all the time. I don't complain. If it's too long, I'll just stop and then continue watching it the next day. Like I don't know why people complain about things being crazy long. Like you could just pause, right? You could just you could just stop, treat it like an episode. I'm gonna watch an hour here, an hour there, an hour there, and I'm done. Like people complain about I haven't watched it yet, but I'm gonna watch it. The speaking of, I was just speaking of this dude. And now his name left my brain. I was just saying he'll make a perfect Joker. Goddamn, Adrian Brody, his new movie that is like his new The Pianist and all that, right? It's I think like 4 hours long, and I want to see it because The Pianist is one of my favorite movies, and I know this has gotten a lot of good buzz. So I was like, yeah, it's like 4 hours long. I said I'll watch that shit in sections if I have to. It don't bother me. I never started BMF. Yo, I honestly, because I used to get stars all the time. Because I used to watch, not Power, well, Power, but I used to watch Spartacus all the time. And I'm gonna get stars again because you got the Astro show coming on, new Spartacus, which is literally the number one show I'm most excited about, other than Alien Earth. But that's still number one because it comes from something that I genuinely love. Like I literally went through all the Spartacus last year again. It's still 10 out of 10. But I stopped because I stopped getting stars. So I had stopped in the last season of Power. So I never got to, Power Book 2. I never saw the Tommy show because I didn't want to. I was like, I want to watch him in order because I started watching Power from day one. You know what I mean? And then when I fell off it, I was like, nah. Whenever I go back to it, I'm gonna go back to it. So I didn't watch anything of Raising Kanan. Like I know about Unique, I know about Joey Badass, but that's because I know of Joey Badass as a rapper, not because like I know most people know him as Unique, but I know Joey Badass is the pro ever dude. That's why I wasn't surprised when the ass whooping was handed out the other week. But anyway, yeah, man, like it's a lot of shows. And the BMF show, I don't think that show gonna be around much longer because 50 and Meech is going at it. But yeah, that show's been around for a minute. Ain't there another one too? Oh no, that was Power Book 2, the one with Method Man and Mary J. Blige. Which that's the one I really wanted to see because you had two of my favorite artists in the history of music. And I'm like, and I ain't even watching that shit yet. Like it's crazy. And Method Man got a new movie coming out too. It's a weird movie. Like in this, like it's not. Oh, and I love it for him. It's not like an action movie or anything like that. He's like the doorman. And if I'm not mistaken, it's like I think it's a Jewish family. They having one of their events. One of their cultural events. I'm saying I don't know the name. I don't want to butcher the shit. But then I think somebody basically gets bodied. I don't know how. Nobody knows who. And so Method Man comes through, right? And the whole trailer, I'm like, oh, so he's the wolf. And then in the trailer, they made the joke. He's like, I'm the guy from, from the Tarantino movie. I think that's what they say. Or they say actually the name of the movie, and then he goes, I'm the wolf. And I was like, yo, this is crazy. That movie actually looks good. And they're saying like good buzz for him and things like that. Even they're going as far as saying he might be nominated for awards for that. And I said, if Method Man start getting awards, like I mean, he's already won awards. I'm saying for his acting, but I'm saying like, oh, now he's getting Golden Globes and Oscars and shit like that. You know how crazy that's gonna be to me? Because Method Man was my first favorite rapper. Because Wu Tang was literally like my first favorite anything music. It was Wu Tang. You know what I mean? Like I still remember being a little kid, and I'm gonna just say allegedly. You know what I'm saying? Just to not snitch on my beautiful family, but let's just say a relative straight slapped the shit out of me in the mouth because I was rapping some old dirty bastard rhymes and I was young, and I was like, oh, they Spanish, they like they don't understand English. Yeah, all right. Once they heard "suck my dick," blah, like slapped me right in the face. I deserved it, but still, I was still rapping that shit though. Still loved it, man. But yeah, oh, you said Method Man and Redman don't hang out anymore? Nah, Redman's just a grown man. He's like, yo, we all adults. Like when we gotta come together, we come together. It's all love. We still the best of friends. But he got his group of friends. I got my group of friends. He got his family. I got my family. So it's not like we chilling together on the block and hanging out in front of the building, smoking the blunt, drinking liquor, da da da. So it's like, yeah, we don't hang out every day, but there ain't no issues there. And I'm like, obviously, Method Man is on movie sets all the time, TV show sets all the time. If you don't know how that shit work, listen. Actors are working at 4 in the morning, 3 in the morning, they up. I know this firsthand firsthand, like I said, from people, not firsthand, because firsthand would be from my experience. I'd never acted. But I know people, I get secondhand, you know what I'm saying? Who did the whole damn thing. And it's like, yeah, this shit is boring and tiring because you just stuck there and you just waiting. You shoot a scene, then if they resetting, oh yeah, you waiting more. And yeah, it's just waiting the whole time. You're just there from 3 in the morning to probably midnight. You know what I mean? And that's pretty much it. So it's like, yeah, how do they really got time to do anything else? Brad Harris said, I know that ODB track. I think everybody that is literally from what, Into the 36 Chambers? Wait, is that the second one or the first one? I don't remember no more. But yeah, it was that. It's hilarious. Yeah, I don't like me hanging out with people like that no more. I'm not sitting in front of the block no more or yeah, yo, da da da. Like But it don't mean I got any ill will towards people. I don't got ill will towards nobody on this planet. You know what I'm saying? Like I just don't, because when you carry that shit around, that's just, I don't know, that rots the soul. So I don't got no ill will towards anyone. But I also just don't be hanging out with just anyone anymore, because it's like I got better shit to do. Plus, a lot of the people who I hung out with and grew up with were on that bullshit, and a lot of them still are. So it's like I ain't trying to get caught up in that with you. I'm too goddamn grown now to be spending a weekend in Central Bookings or some shit. That was shit that was in the youth that you thought, oh, this is normal, this is cool. I'm gonna come back to the block and I'm gonna be a hero. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, yo, oh man, the early 2000s. You said, I'm still mad that I accidentally got the censored CD of 36 Chamber. That happened to me with the Marshall Mathers or LP. I still remember this. We were going to Boston. My mom's is driving, right? It's me and my brothers. We all in her goddamn truck. We going to Boston. And, from New York to Boston is like, 3 to 4 hours. And we passed a Kmart, right? And my mom was like, oh, yeah, I got to go ahead and get something. So when we in Kmart, we knew the new Eminem was out. So we was like, oh, they got music here. So we go, we get the disc. We didn't know that Kmart doesn't carry M-rated, parental advisory rated albums. Everything was clean. So, but we not noticing. We just hyped to get the new Eminem. So we get Marshall Mathers LP. Obviously, we know the singles, and this shit comes on. My mom, loves and lots of, and the words to that is volume and drugs. Is like, and because my mom, and I'm like, what the fuck is it? And I still remember. So for that trip, which was like a week, that's what we listened to. So for a while, I only knew and only could register that album censored. You know what I'm saying? And then when I got the actual dirty version, it was so weird. It was like getting the director's cut or extended edition of a movie. It was like, yo, this is some whole other shit. What the hell? Oh, this just started over? My bad. Let's try. All right, so we got that one out the way. That's one, two. I think we up to this one. This might be the last one I do. Actually, let me go online real quick, see if there's any video games. Oh, matter of fact, let me see if I got some friend requests. My Switch went to sleep. No, scene. I guess you'll send those friend requests later, right? It's crazy. I only played Bowser's Fury for 25 hours, but I've played Bowser's Fury twice. And I beat 3D World. Only once in this, not like the Wii U where I beat it with everybody. I did all that in 25 hours. That's crazy. Yet, in Mario Odyssey, I got 145 hours, and I'm still on my second playthrough of it. It's crazy. But Mario Odyssey is just massive. And then in Metroid Dread, I got 50 hours, but I beat that game on hard once, and I've beat it 3 times already, just for fun. So 4 times, 50 hours. But that game is just a few hours long once you know how to beat it. Metroid Prime Remastered, 20 hours. And Echoes of Wisdom, I'm still going to wait to play Echoes of Wisdom on Switch too, since they updated it. I know they just updated and made the... I should actually update that while I'm here, matter of fact. Can you update the game if the cart is not in the actual thing? Update, yeah, you could. Updated. Oh, that should finish fast. The system will restart normally. Okay, you'll send it later. All right, cool, cool. I want to know. Jack Gates got quiet, so he went to where he said he was going. He said he was going to Costco's, right? So yeah, he's trying to get that Switch. He's not trying to deal with GameStop. GameStop double charged him and didn't deliver his shit day one. I would have been furious too. Like, don't get it twisted. I was mad when I didn't get my Metroid remastered day one. I had to wait like a fucking week. I was furious. I'm like, I'm the Metroid fan. How I don't got it yet? And there was some bullshit with Amazon, and that was right when they started the ending of their relationship. I want to say, because now Amazon really don't carry nothing from them. So yeah, I think every Thursday I'll do something like this. Nice little stream. Because I'm not even playing, like, you know what I mean, right now. This is just my captures that I've captured over the last, I want to say, 3 months. So I'm just trying to get those off my damn PC, because between the games I got downloaded on it, my 2 terabyte, I got 3 terabytes on it, but still, I got one whole terabyte of just captures right now. It's basically Fortnite and Metroid Prime 3. I could get rid of the Metroid Prime 3 since I've already used most of that footage on YouTube, but I'm like, nah, I'll keep it there. I might need it when, the next Prime is rolling around. And what's stupid is I could put that shit up in the cloud. I just don't. I don't know. I got mad storage and I just don't use it. I got Amazon storage that I've had literally for like 10 years. Never put one thing in there. I got so many different shit. But anyway. Yeah, this stream would have been a lot different had I had a Switch, because I probably would have just been playing Mario Kart the whole time. Let's be honest. What I'm not worried about is like, oh, fear of missing out, because what the Mario Kart y'all playing right now isn't the Mario Kart that I'm gonna play, so I don't even care. And y'all like, what you mean? You're not gonna get this Mario Kart? You're gonna get the next one? Kind of, because when I get it, I mean, this is not true, but potentially, I don't know how fast they're gonna do DLC. But that's the point. They're gonna update that game. It's gonna be ongoing this whole generation, so people are gonna still be coming back to it. The communities are still gonna be there, so I'm not really too worried about it. Like missing out, like, oh, when I come on, nobody gonna be playing Mario Kart no more. Like, nah, it'll still be active. Honestly, my goal is to get it with Prime 4, and I'm hoping Prime 4 comes out in August. But I don't know. We'll see. That is the goal right now. Cause Bonanza, I got other shit going on right now, so it's like I can't even pretend like I'm be able to swing it for that. If I could, I definitely would. And like I said, I know it's not cool on the internet to keep it real about finances and shit. It's all good. I ain't worried about it. I literally ain't here to I don't know, to be cool to the internet, which kind of defeats the purpose of being a content creator, right? But I mean, it's just what I mean by that is like the loops and hoops and fakeness that people jump through in order to appeal to the masses. Like, I'm not gonna do that, because at the end of the day, everybody ain't gonna like me. It's okay. And if I'm gonna be liked, I'd rather just be liked for being me, being honest, than being like a made up version of myself that I'm saying all this stuff and I say with my whole chest, and then the company changes their tune, and then all of a sudden, now, but wait, I thought you said this mattered and that mattered. And don't get it twisted. There's stuff like that I've done. Like, I was like, oh, if they buy Call of Duty and they make that shit exclusive, it's like, well, then it's a wrap, right? But then when they didn't, I was like, okay, that's what they doing. That statement wasn't like that's what they better do. I know that's what it was for a lot of other people. It was like, if that's what they do. But I was saying, like, I don't know. I said I'll probably do that, but like stuff like Doom, Mortal Kombat, if I was to ever own it, I know not to ever make, like, I literally said this, like, there's certain things you just can't make exclusive because it might just actually kill your company. It don't matter if they love that game, because people might be like, what the fuck, and then that console, allegiance, they'll just be like, no, this is why I used to play that, this is why I want to play that. It's like almost like, I'll give you one example that I think won't ever work. I want to say ever, but almost certainly will never work. If they came out with Final Fantasy exclusively to Xbox, let's say, right? The next entry, the next tactics game, the next whatever top-down game that should be on Switch, obviously, and stuff like that, it's exclusive to Xbox. Yeah, a lot of people are like, oh, well, fuck Final Fantasy. And they would have never got Final Fantasy, and Final Fantasy would have been dead and gone. Is what likely would have happened. You know what I mean? And that's what I mean. Like, certain games you just can't make exclusive. And why would you want it to be? Like, imagine if Doom the Dark Ages didn't come out on everything. Like, the zeitgeist, the conversation and everything, the way people talking about it, it wouldn't be the same. Because you'll have one portion of the audience hating on it because it's not on their console. And then the other portion not talking about it because it's not on their console. Brad Harris said, yeah, I'd love to have more subs and viewers for my RVZN channel, but in order to do it at my own speed vibe, I accept some losers. We can't get monetized anyway. Oh, man. Yeah, this channel isn't monetized either. You need to have 500 subs to be monetized. I got literally 420 right now. You heard? So let's make that. Look, we have 420. Let's make the number go higher. See what I did there? Yeah. You should give a thumbs up just for that cheesy ass goddamn dad ass joke I just made. But yeah, tomorrow is Future Game Show. Future Games Show. If I'm not mistaken, it is Future Game Show tomorrow, right? Let me see. Yeah. And let me know if you're watching it. Let me know what you think of these kinds of videos, because I know usually, it's like, I don't know, either I'm playing live. This is just me sitting here kicking it with y'all. I don't know if this kind of video is something that y'all enjoy. So, I'm going to just go live, throw a game on, and just talk about whatever. Like, I've talked movies, I've talked music stuff, video games. I like it. Let's put it like that. This is why I made this channel called The Recipe, because it was supposed to be anything and everything I want to talk about is my recipe. I'm the chef, and yeah, that was the whole point. Wait, did I just steal that from somebody? Hilarious. So I think the Switch 2 is going to actually get themes this time. I'm not going to lie. I think it's going to happen within the next month. And I know I shouldn't say that, because I'm literally pulling that from I don't know where the hell. But well, yeah, there you go. But it's the universe, figured that one out. No, but seriously, I'm gonna say this because it'll be super exciting. That's what I said. Like, they should have a direct this upcoming week. Donkey Kong really show that shit at least a little bit more. Give us what is it? Because right now we don't know. It's like break stuff. All right, we seen Wreck-It Ralph. What's the actual game though? Like, we need more. Same thing with Metroid. Absolutely the same thing with Metroid. Like, people, this is why it's like, it's hard to talk about Metroid anymore, because it's like, yo, I'm just gonna repeat and go in circles now. Everything I've wanted to say about Prime 4 has been said. Like, this shit is right now in Prime 4 may as well right now be the trailer of the logo with the number 4 we originally had. Remember, that's all we had? That's basically where we still at. They ain't show us nothing, man. They show us an intro, which you don't even know if that's the full intro or just a piece of the intro that was, demo form. So they just cut rooms out and sections out and story beats out, right? Because that could have been the case. Always remember that. It's been done before. So I'm like, we seen that beginning, and we seen the one planet, Viros. That's it for the most part. That's it. That literally means nothing to a Metroid game. Metroid games got like 78 locations. And locations got locations within locations that are vary from the location you in. I just say location a lot. But that's to make the point. They show 2. It's hard to judge anything. It's hard to judge combat. It's hard to judge anything because if you only show 2 locations, then you probably only shown like 2 enemies. And I know they've shown a little bit more. There's a little flying one here. But for the most part, they haven't shown a lot yet. And so, again, it's hard to know what it is. So, yeah, Direct right now, showing us, those games a little bit more. Donkey Kong, Metroid to be exact. Some Zelda, Age of Imprisonment. Yeah, Age of Imprisonment more. What the fuck is the name of it? I don't, look, whatever. You know the one. So, the new Hyrule Warriors. Yo, they have games that they could show in a show, this upcoming week. And I say if they do a theme, it would be nice. I think they should give a Mario Kart theme to get people like, oh, cool. We're gonna get themes now, so give a Mario Kart theme, and then leading up to Bonanza, you throw out a Bonanza theme. And I know it sounds slow right now, but they could pick up the pace and they'd be like, oh, through Switch Online, you could get these themes, and it's like, oh, here's a Splatoon 3 theme, or maybe it could just be a Splatoon theme. It don't need to be 1, 2, or 3. It could just be a celebration of the IP artwork, and it animates and ink maybe moves a bit. Hell, the shit don't even need to animate. Deadass, like it don't need to be a moving theme like I say moving with the Xbox ones, but barely. Like PlayStation 3 themes, those were themes. 3DS themes also, those were themes. Because PlayStation themes on PlayStation 3 would change up your little buttons, and then you could put a background and mix it and match it with a certain theme and make some cool looking shit. Like it was amazing. That's one thing. Like when it came to themes and stuff, like the PlayStation OS was just cool because you had your web browser, you had your your voice chat, your lobbies where you could just hang out and just see each other, like the game chat. And yeah, the themes were very, very varied and high quality. But I'm like, I don't even need that for the Switch. Just give me a cool theme. What if it's like a Mario Kart? If it's not motion, maybe they do 3, you know what I'm saying? So it's like whenever you turn on your Switch, it just cycles. So if you put it to sleep, open it, it'll throw one of the 3 Mario Kart themes you got. Or maybe it could just have it where there's a shuffle button and you can just shuffle all your themes. I actually wish Xbox did something like that. And you could pick favorites and then put them on shuffle. So when you turn on your console, it could be, the current Doom one I got or something else. Fortnite is a blast, man. I know people hate on Fortnite so heavy because it's so popular, but it's so fun. I actually haven't played in. Wait, I'm lying. I play almost every day, but I actually didn't play yesterday at all because I did the stream, and then because I was streaming Doom earlier, then I did the PlayStation Show stream, and so I went back on Doom. And I played because I'm doing 2 runs at once. I'm doing Hurt Me Plenty and obviously Nightmare, and I'm streaming it. So I stream Nightmare, whatever I play there, I go back and on my own time I do on Hurt Me Plenty. So I 100% at the stages because I didn't 100% them in the stream. So I played those stages 4 times. I played that mech one. I 100% at that, and then the second stage I played, I 100% at that. Then I went on the regular profile, you know, the Hurt Me Plenty, and on the first playthrough, I just 100% of each one. And Hurt Me Plenty now just feels like literally baby mode. It's hilarious. I guess I'm just that good at the game right now. And I told you, and I started a playthrough of Doom Eternal again just because, just see how different it feels. And that game is way harder than Dark Ages. But I say that, but not as a negative. I've heard people say that like a negative, like, oh, this game is easier than the Dark Ages. Like, why is difficulty a defining factor whether a game is good or not? I get people like challenge and stuff like that, but I'm also the guy who liked Kirby's Epic Yarn. No, excuse me. I loved Kirby Epic Yarn. Kirby Epic Yarn was just comfort, just relaxing. But you try to 100% it, that game was hell. It was mad hard. He was like, it's easy. I'm like, wait, how you playing it? If you're talking about getting from point A to point B, I mean, from A to Z is easy. But doing A, B, C, D and filling in all the alphabet letters in that level, let's just say, like collecting all the gems and everything in order to get the highest score, that shit was a mission. I never even did it. I just beat the game. So I was like, man, 100% of this is going to be some bullshit. I got other stuff to play. And that's the thing. A game being accessible to many players is way better than a game just being hard. And I don't care how much sales a game gets. You know, it's just how I feel. Accessibility trumps dumb shit. Like, oh no, my game shouldn't have a hard difficult, an easy difficulty because that's not the game I designed. Like, a part of me gets that, but mostly it's bullshit. It's nonsense. No, this movie isn't gonna have subtitles because it was made for people with ears. Like, what? All ad revenue from our karaoke channel goes to the artist. Yeah, that makes sense because it's a karaoke and you're using their music. Epic Yarn and Yoshi Yarn to Switch too. Maybe. Maybe. Or maybe new entries in those. But it's going to be a while with Kirby because, I mean, they just basically made new stuff for Kirby. But we say that. Let's not talk like we know what Nintendo is doing. Remember when we were all literally, 4 months ago? You would have asked anybody. We would have been like, oh, no, the main game is going to be the 3D Mario game, right? I was saying Mario Donkey Kong game. That's what I wanted. But I wanted Donkey Kong by the EP.30 team, right? All right, so that was what I was saying. I did him dirty. He's done. Yeah, so nobody was saying Mario Kart because, oh no, we just got the Mario Kart booster course pass. So, you know, it's going to take a minute. We thought because we got DLC for the last thing that there's no way that there's a new one already in the works. So I'm not going to say, oh, because Kirby, you know, in the Forgotten Lands is getting some additions that they aren't already, like, basically done with the new entry. Because knowing them and how efficient, you know, Nintendo is with the Kirby and the Kirby IP, obviously it prints money, so it's going to be treated, you know, always properly. And it's always going to be something in development, always in the work. And Kirby is so treasured for Nintendo. I mean, look, Mario had to bite off Kirby with Odyssey, but it's treasured with Nintendo because it's that IP where they could try anything and everything. Kirby could do anything, and nobody's ever going to question it, like, for real. And when I say anything, anything. Like, if they put a goddamn sex scene in Kirby tomorrow, all right, somebody might question that because they'd be like, what the fuck is going on, Nintendo? This shit is for the families. But they really wouldn't be surprised that Kirby fucking. They'd be like, yeah, it makes sense. Like, yo, that's crazy. But that's what's happening. What the hell am I talking about? Yo, I'm just having fun here, man. Kirby. They'd be like, Kirby can't. What? So you think he could transform into everything, but he can't just transform into the biggest, let's just say, Super Mario pipe in the world? Come on now. Kirby will smash Godzilla, you heard? Yo, this got to be for the news show. This is Red After Dark. Like, man, that's crazy. I'm making myself laugh. I'm dumb. Yeah, this is hilarious. Yeah, but I appreciate y'all for, you know, tuning into this stream. How long I've been going for? Oh, almost 2.5 hours. I'm gonna be back tomorrow. Future game show. Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. I'm not wrapping this up yet. Well, now I am. I was waiting for that. I was waiting for that. Red goes blue balls. Yo, what are we talking about? Blue Kirby, man. Blue balls. Blue Kirby. What are you? Get your head out of the gutter. Get your head out of the gutter. Man, I'm gonna throw on one more. I just don't feel like going just yet. Let's actually do one more, cause why not? Why not? Oh, matter of fact, I could actually show off. I mean, I don't want to spoil it. I do want to spoil you something. Hold on. It's been a little while. Y'all probably know. I didn't know. I didn't know. All right, so this was the other day, me playing South of Midnight. By the way, yo, look at this shit. Look at this shit. Oh, hugging like this game is fucking gorgeous, bro. It's so pretty. The whole time I was playing, I was like, I love the way this game look, man. All right, but let me just show you the part that I want to show. Where is it? I think it's in this recording. Maybe the end? No, it's not. It's not. All right, so let me see. Maybe it's the other one. Let me see. South of Midnight, South of Midnight, South of Midnight. Where the hell are you? Oh, okay. Here we go. It might be this one. Oh, blue term for sexual adult, but yeah, that was a triple entendre. All right, so I think it's this one. I think it's right around here. Climbing up that clock was mad fun. All right, yeah, this right here. Like whip on them, whip on them, whip on them, bam, bam, bam. And I'm going to the. Oh no, no, it changed already. Wait, what the hell? How did I got the outfit already? Oh no, it's right here now. Yeah, he calls. He's like, yo, you got to change. I didn't know that there was a third outfit switch. So I had said I never want to see her in the orange shirt ever again. Because the white thing that she wears is better, right? This. Bruh, look at her right now. I never want to see her other than looking like this. Because goddamn, she was pretty and everything before. But this look right here. Give her the world heavyweight title. Because she looks beautiful right here. And then that's the new outfit. I was like, yo, this is really cool. That she had a whole other outfit switch. And I like her, you know, finding herself, getting her abilities, the stories. Every story was depressing. It was dark. It was sad. It was tragic. But that's what it is, right? That's what this story is. And I think, you know, I thought like, yeah, that's a real cool theme of the game. But you know, your story has a happy ending, and I thought that was beautiful. While you watch so many stories with super sad endings, you did free, you know, and help people. Let's just say like pass on and calm down a lot of, you know, the rage and keeping them stuck in the limbo that they were in. But then, you know, your stuff was going on at the same time. You're on the search for your mom. But yeah, it's a beautiful, happy ending. So I really did enjoy myself with this game. You know, and I look forward to see what they do next. And again, this is one that should be on Switch too. Like, and could be on PlayStation. Obviously, you know, it could be multiplayer. It's exclusive right now though. Like time exclusives don't bother me as much anymore because it's like, all right, fine. If you gotta do something, but if your game is gonna be on PC, you're just kidding yourself by not. You're literally just being an asshole. And we know you could like PlayStation. You know they're assholes. You see what they do. You know the tactics they do. They ain't hiding. We seen all the truth come out with the Activision stuff of how they, you know, be money hat. And you saw the Crimson Desert developer talk about these dudes offer us money to not come to Xbox. We was like, fuck that. Like, so we've seen this before, you know, and yeah, like. It's nonsense, and it's like if you're gonna have your game on PC, that's it. It's multiplayer, so you might as well just put it on Switch, and if it could run on Switch, you know, and Xbox, you might as well. You may as well, like, and get the most money. And it also, it's just better for that developer. No developer wants their game not played, bro. More than anything, a developer wants their game played. I promise you that. Because listen, yeah, there's the monetary aspect to it. But you got to understand, there's definitely developers who believe 100% in the art aspect of it. It's like, yo, I just made this thing, and I just want people to play it. Like, give it a shot, you know what I mean? So that's the biggest part. The money part, oh, that's cool. That came along with it. That's awesome. But more than anything is that, yeah, I made these ideas. I made these mechanics. I made these things. I want them to resonate. You think they don't want to make the next Mario, the next Zelda, the next Halo, the next, you know, Uncharted, God of War, the next IP that's going to last 20 years, 30 years? Of course they do. Of course they do. And games even that don't sell could stand the test of time just through, you know, some magical reason, like a Banjo-Kazooie. People just, for the ones who did play it, for the few who did, it's like, yeah, I absolutely love that IP. I will not accept any slander of that IP, Red. So the intro of this show was kind of blasphemous. I get it. But, yeah, it's just, yeah. I'm just talking, man. But anyway, yeah, I like that outfit. That's what I want. I think that's why I brought this up. I really like that outfit that she got, you know, at the end of the game. I thought that was really cool.
You killed someone, so why are you here?
Dude, I played some Smash Brothers 2 not too long ago. I just wanted to see if I still had it, because I haven't played in a minute, right? So you see me playing the computer right here. This is literally the first game, like legit, you know, like, you know, editing me, like, trying to remember how to play. And it's hilarious to see. Because I think you can already tell looking at my Samus, like, I'm just doing stuff like, oh, just trying to, like, obviously some muscle memory is still there. But yeah, but still, yo, still an absolute masterpiece. I wonder if anybody tried this game on the Switch too, how it's actually playing. Because, I mean, it's Smash. This is one where they should do an update for it. Throw in some new costumes, update the netcode for the Switch 2 version specifically, which will split the user base probably, but fuck that. I'd rather them do that, and the game lives on for the next few more years with a way better functioning online mode than just holding on to the past with players who probably not even going to touch the game, versus it living and getting new life on the new Nintendo hardware. Oh, he did me dirty. This was honestly like 2 months ago because I haven't played it since. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Should have moved on. And it's like, I get some people might be like, oh, you know, just make the next Smash. I was like, wow, this game is perfect. Like, if they just added levels, you know, oh yeah, we got some composers to do new renditions from Donkey Kong Bonanza, Prime 4, you know, so we took some music out of Mario Kart because the music in that game is sounding real good from what I've heard in Mario Kart World. So yeah, you know, like we took music from that, we put it in. Now we got a Mario Kart, like, well, you know, one of those stages, like the Breath of the Wild one. It flies around Hyrule, right? It doesn't really. It's not, like it just moves around. Like, yeah, the background could just be the Mario Kart world. That's a new level. You know, you throw in a new Donkey Kong model as a skin, right? You throw in Samus's dread colors, her dread model from not dread. Yeah, her colors, the model, and it's not just the colors, like the actual full model. You know, replacing this other M1, and then actually have the Prime one. You could do that, like. They've had so many different looks. Princess Peach had like 18 different looks in her last game, so there's some you could pick and choose from. I swear I went online at some point. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try online. Let me see. Nah, I could have sworn I went online. This is me having fun. Single player. Oh yeah, I do go online now, right? Yeah, this is online. All right, let's see. Let's see how that goes. I don't remember if it was bad or not, because I don't remember. But yeah, a friend made Miniko's Night Market. The load times were bad. I tried on Switch too. It had charm. Well, yeah, that's the best part, right? It's like a lot of these games now you could play the. And the first person I fight is my arch nemesis, Fox. It's the character I mostly hate in Smash Brothers. Love the characters. I know this is Wolf, but I'm just saying, like, same shit. It's the character I mostly hate. Why? Because of that damn tournament I did, yo, and came in second. Why? Dude used Fox and straight was running away the whole time. Even the crowd didn't cheer him when he won the tournament because they knew it was like you played that shit like a straight bitch. Because we was all playing, you know, having like real man, and this dude was just doing the corny shit. And yeah, he won, but he won. It is what it is. You know, it is what it is. I'm still salty about it. You can hear it, right? Nah, but yeah, I've always. That's why I've always had a disdain for Fox, yo, and or Falco, or all of them, man. Wolf, throwing Slippy and Peppy, even if they don't play like them, it's like you part of Star Fox. When it comes to Smash Brothers, we're enemies. All right, love you in your own stuff, hate you in Smash. Even though I like playing with them though, I'm just talking shit. Oh, did me dirt. Wait, how many lives is that? 2-2. Okay. Oh, I got the first one. I didn't even notice. See, I'm trying to do that. I don't got it no more. That time it was all off. See, this is my fighting game. But that Marvel one, it's from the developers who did Dragon Ball Fighter Z, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, I said you know it's gonna be quality, and that explains why it looks so beautiful. Dragon Ball Fighter Z was that was literally like you seeing the actual cartoon come to life, and it's no different with this Marvel game. See, I'm getting busy. I'm getting busy. Oh, he got me though. Like this level, for example, you see the background is just a picture, and I know it's a 64 level, it's original, but still, we just accept that. So I'm like, you put the Mario Kart world background there, you got a platform you fighting on. That's it. That's a stage. Throw that into the updated, you know, enhanced version of, or you know, Switch 2 edition. Like throw that in, and yeah, man, it'd be great. Donkey Kong model, because you know, Smash Brothers has the worst Donkey Kong. They're number one. Then, well, wait. I might have to give it a Mario Kart. Mario Kart Donkey Kong model would be looking janky sometimes. He'd be looking, oof. But yeah, I'm not winning this shit. It's my first online. Oh no, I got him. First online game back. I did win. I don't think I win the next one. But anyway, oh no, that's the last game on the damn thing. I definitely didn't win the last one though. Because I know I probably played more games than that. If it stops there, yeah, I probably played more games than that. That's weird. Why did it fade it out like that? Anyway, let me just make sure this is not the same gameplay. Nah, it's not. Got my Jedi. And I get it. Like a lot of people don't like Star Wars, so they hate this season. Like I never watched that shit. Like you never watched nothing Star Wars, Mandalorian, nothing. Hell no. And I'm like, oh, all right, well, yeah. None of these characters mean nothing. That's just an old man to you. Like you don't. None of these characters. I get it. You don't. You don't know what the ships are, what they mean to the actual game, what's about to happen. But I also think that's interesting then because for you it's a blank canvas and it's all gonna be surprising. Anybody tuning in right now, you can see my friend code in the chat if you want to add me. You know, I won't be on Mario Kart World tonight. You're like, wait, what? Soon, soon. Let me check actually if any invitations did come in right now. It don't look like it. Why does it say I'm offline? Oh, now it's online. Yeah, nothing yet. All right, let's see the tally right now. I got 20 friends on. Mario Kart World, Street Fighter, Switch Welcome, Room Factory, Mario Kart World, Mario Kart World, Mario Kart World, Street Fighter, Mario Kart World, Mario Kart World, Mario Kart World. Welcome Party, right? Welcome Tour, whatever for Switch. Two Fast Fusion, Hogwarts Legacy. Oh, we got a third party purchase there. Legends of the Breath of the Wild on Switch 2. This little Cray, Rohan Star. You was just in the chat. You watching YouTube. You probably watching this shit on your system. Shout out to you. Perry fan. Knobs 2. It's playing. Switch 1. Never mind. I ain't even gonna mention that. Alright, so I saw that the GameCube controller got motion controls, and I was like, that's nice. The one thing that would have made it better, I'm gonna be honest, yo, I get it. And I respect that it is living up to the GameCube controller. But I wish that the C stick was just a second analog stick, and I wish that the goddamn left shoulder button was just a damn button. Not this little dot. Like, just make it just those two things to just make it a proper controller would be perfect. I don't want to say proper controller, like if I didn't play fucking 1,000 games with that controller and it is a proper controller. I'm just saying, the C stick could be more comfortable, but I get that's part of the reason people love it too. I loved the C stick at the time, I'm not gonna lie. I was killing it in Time Splitters against crazy ass bots. I ain't have them online, so I maybe was killing it to myself, but in reality, I was probably trash. But still, I enjoyed it on that, on the 007 games and everything. Again, I'm excited for that 007 game. I saw people posting, again, just to go back to the main topic of what this video was about anyway. I saw people posting the list. And the list is when someone has a show, and Microsoft made this a thing now. You make a list of the things that are available on the competitor platform and use that as a way to say this show was trash. All those good games you saw? Because I could play it on this, that show automatically is trash. People still gonna do that to this day. And it's so stupid. Let me explain why. You're gonna watch the show. That's the first one. And the reason you want to watch the show is because deep down, you love video games. You like video games. Before the console warrior shit, I truly still gotta believe video games is first. A lot of those games are gonna be available anyway from the jump on PlayStation Now. You're watching it now because, well, some of y'all were disappointed with the state of play. Some of y'all are liking and really loving the offerings that you're getting from Xbox on your PlayStation, so you want more. And so you're going to watch that, and I promise this will be the most viewed Xbox showcase of all time. And it'll be because this time, everybody's going to watch it like it's the Game Awards. Why? Well, because Xbox is the biggest publisher, who owns the biggest, most popular, most played, most relevant consistently first-party games. They're first-party games, but that don't mean exclusive. I'm talking Minecraft, World of Warcraft, anything from Bethesda, like a Elder Scrolls 6 or whatever the hell. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot that they can show off. There's the Gearses, there's the Halos, and then all these games are being treated like they've always should have been treated. They're being treated like the quality that they are. Why? Because they're finally now available to PlayStation players. So now talking down the games is not really that fun no more. Especially when you're seeing like, oh yeah, the first party shit is getting outsold by they shit. So we can't even win in that sense. Like, because now we look crazy because we talked all this shit. And it's stupid because it is all console nonsense. These dudes really came in on the plane. They really starting some shit. But yeah. Again, this is, you know what it is, man? I'm too woke. That's what it is. That's what it is, man. The recipe is woke. Don't let the red confuse you, bro. It ain't that. You know what I mean? It's definitely blue when it comes to that conversation. But no. Look, this is what it is. Like, it's like you two. You know, you on that new time, and people don't want to be. People want to. People gonna go kicking and screaming. They don't want to be forced into the future, and that's why they still cry about, ownership and physical game and blah blah blah. There was people who had a Switch yesterday. They bought a console, $500, and they couldn't play a goddamn the main game they wanted to play until a specific time. I'm just bringing this up to say that's the kind of power that you have over your software. You don't, and they could do that with anything, whether physical, digital. So you own anything for as long as they want you to own it. Now, if the game came out in the last goddamn decade, for the most part, that's pretty much it. In the last 5 years, certainly, you own nothing. But I still stand by physical because there's people who want to buy a game and then they want to trade it in, and that's why like game key cards are cool. Because you can still, oh yeah, you know what? I don't want this shit. I want to get rid of it. Bam. It's cool shit. There's balance and everything to any statement I make. Obviously, there's things to consider in anything you talk about. It's just hard to get everything in a condensed video. You know what I'm saying? Like, or whatever the case may be. Yo, it's crazy because every time I see Sabrina Carpenter, it's like in my mind, if y'all could hear it, it literally goes like I see her and then I immediately hear thinking about thinking about that's that just those notes because I don't know the song like that. You know what I mean? So, but obviously it's in Fortnite. People always doing the goddamn thing, especially when she first got here. So when I see her, I automatically think that. By the way, don't sleep. That woman could be Zelda in the movie. Don't sleep. And y'all gonna be like, what the fuck did Red just say? Look, I'm gonna tell you something right now. On my podcast, I told you the kid from Heartstoppers, the boys from the Semi Turned Pretty, those are all gonna be shoo-ins for Link. Why? Because Semi Turned Pretty is literally the biggest young adult show on earth right now, and it's done. There was only 3 books. The 3rd season is in the in the book. It's done. They wrapped it up. It's over. Those 2 dudes are gonna be sought out in some way, shape, or form because they know the young. Because and this is me thinking they're gonna be young, 18-year-old characters, and then you gotta consider they want popular people. You saw the way they cast the Mario movie. I'm assuming they're gonna do the same thing. So I'm not gonna say there's gonna be someone you don't know. I mean, these people are for the most part unknown. But I said out of those 3 actors, one of them is gonna be Link. Now if you thought I was wrong, they just cast Heartstoppers kid in Elden Ring movie. He's the star of fucking Elden Ring. Called it. I'm telling you, these guys. I was like, yo, they're like, they're hot right now in the world. So they're gonna go for whatever's the hottest person in the world. They're gonna go through social media streams and all that because Hollywood is that sad right now. But anyway, that's what was gonna happen. I said it, and yeah, here we are. One of them got a role in a giant fantasy video game movie. You remember Leonardo DiCaprio was the template for Link. Miyamoto is involved. They still gonna go for that. And if you've never seen the Semi Turned Pretty Amazon Prime show, just look it up. Look at the cast. Look at the 2 boys in the show. Yeah, I'm leaning towards Conrad probably being the one who they choose. He already got the parted hair and all that. The other one got more curly hair. But the point is, I was like, yeah, it's gonna be out of those. So when I say Sabrina Carpenter, understand Sabrina Carpenter is from Girl Meets World. She's an actress. She actually has movies where she actually shows range and all of that. She has shit like movies on Netflix or whatever the case may be. The point is she's an actress. She was an actress before she was a singer. Maybe at the same time, whatever the case may be. Disney star, you know how that goes. So they usually, multi-talented. That's what I mean. So, yeah, she's a superstar. She about to drop an album right now, which will actually make it so that you could drop an album, you go on a little tour, and now you could go and do a Zelda movie. Because I'm telling you, anybody who's SAG, you know, signed to SAG, who has an agent, who's white, blue, or green eyes, blonde, the blonde part don't fucking matter because they can make you blonde. But those things, white, blue, or green eyes, hold my calls. If you're not doing that, if your agent ain't doing that for you right now, I swear to fucking fire your agent. Your agent is fucking trash. The role of the lifetime to get, because if it hits, it's bigger than anything. Think Harry Potter, think Frodo Baggins. You be the first Link, it means so much because that'll be the first time that man talked outside of, well, excuse me, princess. That shit'll be gigantic. If it's a hit movie, especially, it's gonna be huge. You get what I'm saying? It's gonna be massive. And so that's Harry Potter. That's Frodo Baggins. Imagine if you knew what those things were gonna be, and then you're like, yeah, I don't care to read for that. Then why you even do this? Like, that's the one. That's IP. That's money for years. That's when, oh yeah, they don't cast you no more. They blackball you. Whatever they do, you could still go to Comic Cons and get money. You could still do events. You were the voice of Link, not just any voice of Link, the voice of Link for every single Zelda fan, basically. Because most of them didn't watch the show, even though it's on Amazon Prime. You can watch Mario right now, Super Show, and Zelda. They there. Yeah, I'm just letting you know. So I know for most that's gonna be the first time. So understand that's gonna be the catalyst for what Link sounds like in the future and things like that. It's a massive role. So again, if you are those things and you're not telling your agent hold my calls, as in I don't give a fuck about nothing else until I don't get this role, I'm not taking no other role. And they be like, but that's crazy because then you're not gonna work from here to there. And you be like, yeah, I understand, but this is bigger than that. This is literally Arnold Schwarzenegger in Terminator. This is Rocky Balboa. There's big movies, bro, but there's different. You know, there's a difference between those. Like Tony Stark. Like, you understand what those are, right? Like, we're talking about that. Nothing else, and nothing else matters for real. Metallica ain't lie. Nothing else matters. You should want to be Link, and you should try to be Link, and that's just period. And not just if you know white either. Like, don't get it twisted. I feel everybody should be. I'm just saying that specifically because that's what the characters are. So if they're gonna make the characters look exactly the way they look, yeah. But if they don't care, if they're going, oh yeah, we're going on just who's the best actors and things like that, of course. And not only that, there's gonna be obviously a bunch of roles in there for all kinds of folk. I'm just saying, people gotta understand what's about to happen with this other movie. You gotta try to get in there. Roles like Impa, you want that. You understand? Like roles like Impa, Ganondorf. Ganondorf is crazy. Crazy. Ganondorf, honestly, yo, like, you think about actors who could play him with gravitas and everything. If I had to pick one actor right now, shit, let me think real quick. I always told y'all, I told y'all, I always want Keith to, like, him to, like, his voice to be Ganondorf. But I'd probably go with shit. I'm thinking Ganondorf. Probably this dude. What's his name? Just left my brain, yo. You know who Marvel fired on some whole other shit. And Megan Good, hubby. Damn, that's crazy. Now I'm saying he Megan Good. I mean, she's an icon. She was out before him. Let's be honest. You are Megan Good's husband. Anybody who would have married her would have been her husband. That's just the way it goes. She was never gonna be, like, maybe if she was married to Will Smith, maybe it would have. Oh, she's Will Smith. It got to be somebody that high. Anybody else, most part, it's Megan. It's Megan Good. But yeah, damn, his name is right there and it's leaving my brain. I don't know why right now. I'm so mad. But anyway, Lovecraft Country and all that. So yeah, I would say he would be the best choice for Ganondorf because the physique, the fact that he could act his ass off, and Yeah, I've seen people say Ganondorf. You know, like oh, like cast Ganondorf, and literally 99% of the people who I see cast the Zelda movie, they always cast Ganondorf as a white guy, and I'm like, I don't even mean this disrespectfully, but like, what the fuck? Because in what world is that green dude from the Gerudo? Again, what the fuck? So that's just all I ask myself. What the fuck? In what world? But again, that's just me. That's just me, man. That's just me. But it's gonna be interesting to see how they cast it. I'm not saying Sabrina Carpenter's gonna be Zelda. I'm just saying you can't put it past them to be like, yo, she got a massive audience, la da da. She can act. She's fucking beautiful. She got the eyebrows. She blonde. Sure, you know, and she looked young. Like she could play that 17, 18-year-old Zelda. I'm just telling y'all. Look who they got for Mario. They got the biggest stars in the world for all the parts. Literally, let's get the guy who's in one of the biggest shows on Earth. It's Sunny in Philadelphia as Luigi. Let's literally get Star-Lord, who's been in multiple billion-dollar movies, including Jurassic World. So come on. Like, they went crazy with it. You know? Oh, this dude from Key and Peele. Who else? Who else we got? Who else? Oh, yeah. The girl from the what was it called? The show on the damn Netflix. Her massive show on Netflix. You know? Furiosa. Like, I said she could play Zelda too. Don't get it twisted. And people are like, oh, she can't be Peach and Zelda. She wasn't Peach. Her voice was. Now her likeness is Zelda. Those are two different things. She could change her voice. She's an actor. And she would fit the part too, to look the part, honestly, which is crazy. So, again, it's going to be interesting to see that movie cast. And that's going to happen this year. You know? I look, I've said this before. Yeah, Jonathan Majors. What the fuck? I don't know why I left my brain. Thank you. It's crazy because I've been a Jonathan Major fan since the beginning, like from Lovecraft Country, the movie he made, that Jay-Z produced on Netflix, the Cowboy one was fucking crazy. Like, that dude could act. That's why when shit happened with him, I was so, like, depressed. I was like, damn, he was one of the ones. He was going to be one of the ones. Like, we've had many ones, but Hollywood never really let them get the I don't know, I guess I'll use the Vince term, the brass ring and run with it. But he had it, you know what I'm saying? It was like, oh, nah, he gonna be one of the ones. And all the bullshit happened. And then all of it is like, yeah, oh, nah, none of that is nothing, like that he should have been completely canceled over. I'm like, okay. So, from what I understand, I ain't really look too much into the shit, and I'm like, yeah, so, all right, you're not gonna give him his role back. You obviously pivoted. In Marvel, y'all went Robert Downey Jr., and you're not changing that. Got it. Not saying you can't bring him back in the future, but all right, fine. But it's like, yeah, he still should be able to get other stuff. But I say, yeah, they probably not going to touch him with a 10-foot pole, Nintendo, which sucks because that movie he just made as a bodybuilder, people were saying, yeah, if this shit wasn't going on, this would literally be a shoo-in for Oscar nomination. I'm like, that's crazy. And it's sad to me because that dude's talent was super strong. And I still never seen Creed 3. Actually, I'm going to watch Creed 3 this weekend because I've had it on schedule to watch for so long, and I always literally I went through 1 and 2 and I was gonna watch 3, but then something pulled me away. I literally watched 1 and 2 to watch 3, and then something pulled me away. I was like, yo, what the fuck? See, I got to get to that. It's been too long. And literally, Rocky, that IP is one of my favorite IPs of all time. And the Creed movies are just good, just good. The Harder They Fall, yeah. See, you said it's great. I haven't watched it yet, but I'm definitely gonna watch it. I pretty much watched everything he been in except the what was it? It was the one where he was the fighter pilot, and I want to see that one too. But yeah, that movie look good. So yeah, for Link, I said it's gonna be either the boys from the Summer Turned Pretty, or it's gonna be my dude from Shannara Chronicles, which he was already linking that, but he wasn't a star. Now Austin Butler, that's the name. Now Austin Butler is a mega star and shit. So don't be surprised it's Austin Butler. It be fucking Austin Butler, Anna Taylor-Joy. That's your Lincoln Zelda, and that's not even bad. I'm telling you, if you think Austin Butler won't be a good Link, just go watch Shannara Chronicles. I'm sure you can find it somewhere. Hell, if you gotta pay for it, it's worth it. Trust me. It's produced. Look, the funniest shit. It's produced by MTV, but the graphics, the budget was out of this world. And it was so good. It did 2 seasons and then it got canceled. But it was amazing. The cast was amazing. You had the actress from Pan's Labyrinth. She was a grown woman now in that, you know. and she's beautiful. She honestly just looks like, I don't know, like I was gonna say a Latina Journey Smollett, but Journey Smollett looks like my mom's. Like, so she, even though she's not, a Latina or whatever the case may be, she damn sure could pass for one. Because if somebody else asks, oh yo, cast your moms in a biopic, who gonna play your mother? I'm like, well, Journey Smollett is the one who looks the most like her. Like, I seen pictures of my mother in her 20s and all that, and I was like, yo, she reminds me of fucking this girl, this actress, and it was always Journey Smollett. Funny enough. But yeah, I'm excited to see who they cast, in the Zelda movie. Oh, there we go dancing. There we go dancing. That means there's music playing. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap this thing up now because I've been at this already for about 3 hours. I keep saying I'm gonna wrap something up, but do I? No, I just keep going and going and going. No, we dancing. I just threw this on basically just to end the damn thing. Yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed the stream, and I'll be back tomorrow, man, with actual something that we'll be watching together, reacting to. Should be fun. I mean, y'all might hate it though, because everything that's gonna be on the Future Game Show is gonna be available everywhere. That's not actually true. The Future Game Show usually has a lot of PC only games because they get some indie stuff that they just don't have the budget to launch on everything. So yeah, they'll have exclusives, and you're gonna be saying, damn, I can't wait for that to come to PS5 or Xbox or Switch. See, that's how multi-platforms is nice. Don't get it twisted, man. I understand why first party. I'm gonna throw this later to the end so it could be wrapped up. But no, I understand why. I understand the whole first party thing, and yeah, I buy a console for. I understand that. That was only ever true for Nintendo. That people bought Nintendo. That's why I look at the attach rate of Nintendo's first party game versus other people's first party game. It never matches, right? That's why. That's a Nintendo thing. It's not really a everybody else thing. It's just the industry pretends because that's one thing Nintendo had, and so they want to take it away from Nintendo. Because God forbid that Nintendo gets to have anything. So it's like, oh, they're the best first party guy. So during the PS4 generation, it was, oh, let's try to take that away from, oh, now they are. Because look, Uncharted and Last of Us and da. And I'm like, come on, so I'm like, stop playing like Uncharted, like you da. And I was like, we'll see. Here we are, 10 years later. Is Uncharted still going? There will be another team making Uncharted games if it was that serious. How many teams working on Metroid, but Metroid games never sold like an Uncharted? Ask yourself that. PlayStation. These are the conversations that people don't ever want to talk about. These are the things that people never want to highlight, never want to pay mind to. Act like isn't real. And so that's why I laugh when it's like, oh no, this show was bad because it was all multi-plat. You mean PlayStation? What it's always been? Since the beginning of time. And again, it's just because they want stuff to lord over Xbox guys, because they still having a console war with somebody with 500 million active users and trillions of dollars in the bank. They literally still like, oh, there ain't gonna be another Xbox, bro. So they just gonna not support their customers no more. Oh, they don't got that many. They only got like 50 million Xboxes out there. Or, some people like to say 40, some people like to say 30. All those numbers are still massive when you look and they say, oh yeah, the Xbox Live Store is more active than the PlayStation one. Oh, more people are playing Call of Duty on Xboxes than they are on PlayStation. But there's more PlayStation out there, more copies of Call of Duty sold on PlayStation. Make it make sense. Well, Game Pass. Oh. So people use this thing. Yeah. A lot more than that over there. Yeah. And they think that they're going to cut this off. When Game Pass, look how much money it generates in a quarter. It generates like 3 billion, 4 billion, 5 billion people have theorized in a year. And most of that comes from Xbox subscriptions. And yeah, it's growth on PC. But a lot of people, a lot of the Game Pass players, a chunk of that almost 50 million players is from Xbox. So it's like, they're not going to stop making Xboxes, bro. They're just not. And if they do, it'll be because, well, what is inevitable happen. And it's like, we don't need the box no more. We have native this, native that, native cloud, blah, blah, blah. Like, we don't like box. Like, why do we sell boxes for? It's the same way, like, nobody buys Walkmans no more, bro. CD players and shit. There's probably people who will listen to this and be like, what the fuck is a Walkman? Walkman? Like, yeah, man, it was when you walk, man, you can listen to music. And it took batteries. And you'd be lucky if you could finish the second side of your cassette tape before the batteries needed to be replenished. And remember, this was in the era of Energizer Bunny and Duracell, when they were at the most highest of peaks. When you wasn't buying Energizer or Duracell rechargeables, you was getting the ones you had to keep buying. Oh yeah, man, fun times. And you know the funny part is I harp on this stuff now. Like I mean, not now. I've always done it. I'm just saying. I harp on it right now. I'm saying because, you know, if the shoe was on the other foot, boy, I always said that. If the shoe was on, you'll see how quick they switch up. And you've seen it now. Forza's #1. Don't believe console warriors. They're always lying because they're liars. And a liar is going to lie. Because without lying, then they wouldn't be liars. You see what I'm saying? Nah, man, like, I'm excited for tomorrow's show. I'm excited for Sunday. I'm excited for Saturday. I'm excited for all of them. Like, I used to never actually react to state of plays. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I was like, well, I don't have a PlayStation. So while there's third-party games there, I'll just see them when Nintendo channel or Xbox channel upload whatever is going to come to the console I play on. You know what I'm saying? But once I told you, oh, no, they're going to be fully multi-plat, to the point where their stuff is going to be coming out day and date. You see, Spider-Man ain't got no exclusive on PlayStation. No, it's day and date on PC. So, and I said that's going to be more the norm. It's funny. I said it, and it's coming true now. The next game that they announce is literally day and date. Wow. But anyway, that's going to be coming out day and date. And that's the reason why. It's like I started watching it because I was like, now it appeals to me because it's coming out to a platform I got, which is PC, so I can play these games. So now I can watch this, and I'm watching something where it's like, yeah, I can play the majority of what's there. Because if I wasn't, I was like, then what's the point? My point is that I never watched the state of plays before because, well, that first party bullshit. Now, the third party, bro. Or multi-plat developer. So now consuming that stuff is way easier and fun and better for me personally. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's just the reality of it all. So for me, the state of plays are just better. But for other people, because of console allegiance, I threw my help. Console allegiance, yeah, they like, hell no. Get them. Have to back up from that lightsaber. But yeah, that's going to do it for the stream, y'all. Hopefully, you know, all of the crazy stuff I talk about, which to me is just normal, but I know for most people it's blasphemous. You know, hopefully that don't cause mass unsubbing and shit like that. Hopefully people subscribe, like the video, you know, share the video, let people know. You know, so yeah, that's it. That's going to do it. 3 hours and 2 minutes. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for everybody who came through. Make sure y'all add that friend code. I'll accept them when I see them pop up. And yeah, I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.